Hi. Hi. Welcome in. Welcome in. You are in the Rubber Remodel Room with Sheila. We are on a trial that is Florida versus Jose Soto-Escalera. It is a trial about a 28-year-old woman. Her name was Tania Wise. Excuse me. Excuse me. On August 24th, 2018. Actually, she was 23. Sorry about that. She was found in a rural ditch in St. Lucie County in Florida. She was 8.5 months pregnant at the time. And the gentleman I will nicely call him a gentleman, the gentleman that is on trial, Jose Soto-Escalera, is proven to be the father through DNA. So with that, hey Lois, how are you? I know I'm really late today. I've had a very, very rough day, but I didn't kind of go through today's court live, and it was very short, so we won't be here very long. They got back into arguing again about the translator stuff, so that was a little interesting, but I did try to keep up with a little bit today. So with that, anyways, we're just going to jump right in and see what all happened, because I didn't watch it all. I just kind of skimmed through it to make sure that it was going on. You are on the road all day and unable to watch or listen, so it's perfect for you. All right. Okay, so with that, I'm going to hit play and we're going to just get started.
Okay.
If Esquire is available.
That would be me.
Okay, I didn't know if you had somebody else that could relieve you.
No, I don't, unfortunately. Wow, okay.
Alternatively, I think that we could maybe do it this afternoon. I just won't have time to get a transcript done.
Okay, well, just let me know. We'll address it. We have the jurors. They're on the way up. Okay. Let me go off the record momentarily.
UMAN.
All right, we wrapped up yesterday with
Okay, so they jump right back in with Mr. Newman. So
the defendant's interview.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and as part of speaking to the defendant, did you learn that he was married at the time of this case?
Yes.
Okay, who was he married to?
Debbie Escalera.
Okay, and as part of your investigation, do you also then interview other people that may know potential suspects or witnesses in the case?
Absolutely.
And does part of your investigation also then involve doing subpoenas or issuing search warrants for phone records?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and as part of your investigation, did you obtain, and I know you asked in the interview, you asked the defendant for his phone number. Did you also get the victim's phone number in this case?
Yes.
Okay, and did you also get Deborah Soto-Escalera's phone number?
Yes, we did.
Okay, do you recall what her phone number was?
I believe it's 989.
And for now, I don't have any other questions. Thank you, Detective Newman.
You're welcome.
During your interview with my client, he consented to give a sample of his DNA, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
I'm sorry?
I said, yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning. And he also...
dude, we saw this yesterday. We saw this part yesterday. Hold up. This is day 2. That's why. Stop it. I was like, wait a minute. We've seen this. Hang on. Hang on. That's day 1. Hold up, y'all. I'm on the wrong day. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. I'm having a moment. I know. I was like, wait a minute. I've seen this one. Like, I've been here. Okay, so they do outside the jury presence room.
Because I thought this might save some time before the jury comes in, is the procedure that we're going to use to elicit the testimony of FBI translator Norma Campos. She will testify this morning, and what we intend to do is to use Lieutenant Andy Belanca in effect as a demonstrative aid. He will read the transcribed translation in conjunction with Ms. Campos, and to read that to the jury.
Any objection to that procedure? Is
you
it
lay
be-
that out again for us, Mr. Richard?
Is it because there are two speakers on the,
Yes.
Correct.
so she would testify, everything that you're about to hear is my expert opinion on what's being said, and it's going to be published to the jury in that form with two speakers, one being one and one being the other,
Yes.
as opposed to her saying at this point, this person said this, and at this point, that person said that. That's
Yeah.
what your plan is.
Yes, sir. And as an additional matter, we prepared, I think about 18 redacted transcripts. We're going to ask those transcripts to be used by the jury, not admitted into evidence, but to be followed along by
To
the jury.
follow along demonstratively.
Yeah.
What's the defense position?
Several things, Judge. One, I'm just going to contemporaneously, for the record, reiterate our objection under Martinez to the way that the state is introducing this evidence, and also make clear that I'm also raising an objection regarding authentication, both of the individuals speaking and who's speaking at which time, and that those are their voices.
Mhm.
So I don't believe that the state has laid the appropriate predicate to authenticate who is in the truck and which voice is being heard. And then the third authentication issue is that the recording is actually an appropriate and true and correct copy of the conversation at the time. And I think that's discussed in Martinez, where courts have found that the individual who's participating in the conversation at the time, i.e. in this case would be Eric Alvarado, has to come in to authenticate that the recording is a true and accurate copy of the conversation that it was had at the time. Or alternatively, an individual like in Martinez, who is law enforcement, who's contemporaneously listening to the audio recording as the recording is being made, that they can properly authenticate it. But we don't have that person in this case because no one was listening to the recording as it was being made. So again, it's our position that Eric Alvarado is necessary to lay the predicate for an appropriate authentication of the audio and video. One, that those are the individuals that are in the car, that each voice is correct, and that the recording itself, not the translation, but the recording of the words itself is actually correct. And so that's
So
the,
could you restate that very last point? I'm not sure I followed that last one.
yes, sir, that the recording of the words themselves are actually correct. So for example, that if an individual says the person is behind the Wendy's, that's actually what was said.
Was it the part before that? So what is your argument on that point? Like, who is necessary to do that? That's what I lost you.
Oh, yes, sir. Our argument under Martinez is that it could either be one of the speakers that is participating in the conversation. The only two speakers in this case are allegedly my client and allegedly, again, Eric Alvarado. So that the state would need to present Eric Alvarado to properly authenticate both the video and audio recording that they are the two people in the video, that they are the two speakers in the video, that each voice is correctly attributed to each speaker, and that the words are the correct words that were said at the time. Martinez says that's the most preferred method, is an individual participating in the conversation. You can also do it where a person who is listening to the conversation as the recording is being made contemporaneously, that they can come in and authenticate it. Because in Martinez, there's law enforcement who's listening to the recording at the time. We do not have that individual in this case because no one is listening to the recording as it's being made.
Okay, so we have two, if I'm correct, we have two issues buried within the objection. The first one is as to authentication, and as to in relation to that, whether I would allow the translator or the conduit person, Blanca, to say, I'm going to be playing this person versus this is what's being said by the two people without identifying them. That's issue number one. And issue number two is whether someone hearing it live is necessary for this to be, well, it's already in evidence. So I said the second one. So I'm not sure that that's timely at this point because it is in evidence. All right.
We did make the same objection yesterday under Martinez that it was not properly authenticated prior to it coming in. I'm just reiterating it contemporaneously before we do more with it. But we did make that same objection yesterday under Martinez.
What's the state's position as to the 2 points?
Well, first, the court is right. Both exhibits were admitted without objection during the trial. The whole reason that I forgot that I did not call 6 witnesses was because it was to avoid the authentication problem, which they agreed to yesterday, but now are objecting to today. What I would say is it is in evidence. It can be played.
Let me ask you this,
Sure.
because this might be important to me.
Sure.
I have not reviewed the contents of the statements. Are there any statements by the two people that on it, their face would indicate which one is which?
Yes. Yes.
Like, for example, what?
Well, I mean, there are statements where Soto-Escalera is talking and he refers to the passenger by name. He says Eric.
Okay. All right. Because otherwise it was a valid objection. There's no one's come and say, I know the voice of Mr. Soto-Escalera, that's him. But within the item, if it's by its contents, if it authenticates that issue, that would suffice and overcome the problem, which otherwise would have sustained. They would just have to say one person saying this, one person saying that. But I would require the expert witness to say, I identified one voice as Mr. Soto-Escalera because of that. So that's understood. And so I'll overrule that objection. What about the second part? Is it the same state position as to the second part?
What is the second part again?
Whether Eric Alvarado is necessary to identify and authenticate the contents of it. He's not required because authentication can be done throughout by the context of the conversation. There's a case called State versus Love that routinely relied on, in which we do that. I would also say, given the evidence that we have here, the court has heard from Adolfo Cavelli, who clearly laid out the camera system and the audio system of the truck, the fact that the microphone is located close to the driver, which, as Ms. Campos will explain, Soto-Escalera's voice is heard much more clearly because he was the driver. And Mr. Cavelli knows both of them, and he will come in at a later point during the trial. If you recall, I said that he was subject to recall. He's going to come in at a later point in the trial. We're going to play him both the audio and the video, and he's going to be able to personally identify both Cavelli as well as both Alvarado as well as Soto-Escalera. In addition to that, Detective Chris Newman can also do that because he has personally interviewed both participants, and he will also identify both participants in both the states. All right. As to that's the second point, whether Eric Alvarado is necessary. To my mind, the best way of analyzing that logically is put aside the reality of who Mr. Alvarado is and where he is and what's going on with him now, which is kind of a red herring. But if you imagine a scenario where he was hit by a bus, he's no longer with us, he's dead. I can't imagine that would preclude the admission of this evidence in this case, so long as it can be authenticated, circumstantially otherwise, that this is the defendant's garbage truck. He's talking with Mr. Alvarado, and it's relevant to the case. So that's compelling to me, that reality. So I'll overrule that objection. And I'll allow you to do it. I do want to make sure that it's clear that, and I think the state's going to do that, this is coming in through a certified expert interpreter, and that you just don't jump into the whole, here's what's being said. So I'm quite sure you're going to lay the foundation for that.
Yeah.
Foundation is going to be made as far as this is expert testimony, as far as what's being said.
Mm-hmm. And one last issue when we finish this up.
Yeah.
I did speak. Go ahead.
More done on that. Again, under Martinez, we object still, just again, contemporaneously, that this transcript is in this recording. Is going to become a focus of the trial. So we object to it coming in under Martinez.
On that point, maybe the dangling chad there that it indirectly addresses the use of the transcript demonstratively separate, because everything I said was really separate from using the transcript demonstratively. In the case law, with regard to that, does it address this issue particularly? That is, in this case, the procedure we're utilizing, that I'm giving my blessing to, is expert comes in for the state, and they're qualified, and they're going to testify. This is what's being said. Purely the issue of using the transcript. The state intends to is seeking to hand the transcript, each copy, for a juror to follow along with.
Yes, sir. A redacted copy.
On that particular point, does the case law that you're relying on either side address that particular procedural aspect of this, or is it simply admitting the transcript, as evidence?
As far as relying on it as a demonstrative agent?
Right.
I believe Martinez discusses relying on a transcript, and then it talks about it should not become the focus of the trial. And again, that's my argument, on top of all the other arguments we've already made, flowing from Martinez, that this transcript will become a focus of the trial. And my secondary objection to that is it still invades the province of the jury. it's up to the jury to determine, number one, what is being said, which is further complicated in this case because it's not in English, but two, who the speakers are. So I understand the court's ruling. However, if
Let me just clarify my question because I think it's come clear as you're speaking. In some situations, you have a video, audio, and then we have this transcript coming into court on its own, magically appearing, can become a improper focus of the trial. Versus here, we have a live expert testifying, and the transcript is just an aid to follow along with the testimony of the person. And I guess that was my question. Does the case law distinguishing between those two situations? Because it could be, I don't know, kind of assuming that the situation that you're referring to, the case law dealing with that, is the former, right? Rather, they're just witnesses testifying, like a detective, the interviews in Spanish, and here comes this transcript that the court has somehow blessed without doing the more, which what we're doing in this case, have the actual people come in and say, I'm the translator, this is what's being said, they're subject to cross-examination.
I would like to add one wrinkle. We're focusing on the word transcript, and that's correct. That's what the Martinez case has a whole section devoted to. But the principle of the ruling, underlying the ruling, is that the jury's job is not to be examining and focusing on a transcript, or I would say a translation. Their job is to focus on the recording, the statement itself. A translation or a transcript is just a way to help them understand it. And in fact, their job is to determine whether the translation or the transcript is accurate. With the procedure that we're going to be adopting here, I'm not sure if they're going to be seeing any of the video or the recordings, just brief snippets of it. It will be in evidence, but its existence and its importance is minimized. They're going to have a play action with two people playing out the transcript here, the translation here. Don't focus on the word transcript. Focus on the word translation. The translation and not the recording. The recording is the evidence. That's what they're supposed to be considering and weighing and determining whether the translation is accurate. The recording we are pushing to the side, and we are bringing to the fore the translation/transcript of this most important part. And the Martinez court stresses this too. We have to be especially careful if what we're dealing with is something that purports to be the incriminating statements of the defendant. I don't see how this can be determined as not being the focus, an improper focus, the translation/transcript, as opposed to the recording itself. Thank you, Judge.
Judge, if
Yeah.
I may respond.
Yeah.
Martinez, I think the source of confusion here is the Martinez case. And to be clear, defense counsel is citing 761 Southern 2nd 1074, Supreme Court case from 2000. That case dealt with transcripts and a translation that was that where the accuracy was in dispute. That's not the case here. According to what they said yesterday, the accuracy is not in dispute, and that's of paramount importance because what you're going to have to read before we do our testimony is jury instruction 2.10. So if they're not disputing
In that case, though, that Martinez, were there expert witnesses testifying as far as the interpretation of the item in evidence? Because I can tell you on the other side of the issue, there's a case from the 3rd DCA from 1985. I don't know the name of it. It's 469 Southern 2nd 924, where no interpreter was provided. The jurors in Miami, half of them spoke English, half of them spoke Spanish. Reversible error not to have an expert come in and just leave that to the jury. So that doesn't seem correct to me to do either. But I'm really just focused on the issue of in Martinez, is that this issue where we have an FBI, I haven't heard the credentials yet, but I did hear FBI interpreter coming in and saying, I listened to this, this is what's being said. And the only issue for me is it somehow improper emphasis on their testimony to use a demonstrative aid of allowing the jury to follow along in writing. Quite frankly, I'm inclined to have a hard time thinking of why it would be. Although, on the other hand, I'm not sure that's really necessary either, because if you're going to have live people say that, and that the transcript is not just going to be handed to them and then handed back, but I'm not sure the utility of that outweighs some legal concern, if there is a legal concern. But that's why I asked the question of, in Martinez, was there a testifying witness like we have here, or was it just the scenario that I've seen where the defense objected, we object to that transcript, and the judge probably said, no, I'm finding that it's accurate, which I've told you I'm loath to do, because then I'm blessing the actual evidence as being authentic. I'm giving my stamp of approval to do that, which I've said repeatedly I think is problematic and maybe buried within the Martinez case as far as what's
And that's an excellent question. So And that leads to my other objection regarding.
It is meaning that's what the judge was doing.
Yes, sir, and they discuss it at length.
Which
So,
I'm not doing here.
right.
This person could be, this translator could be not being accurate,
Right.
subject to cross-examination. I'm not doing that.
Right, and I want to be very clear. We did object to the authentication of this translation and to the specifying of which speaker was which and who was saying what and what they were saying. We objected to all of that. We did not concede any of that. And in fact, we had an almost half an hour long argument about Martinez and authentication yesterday. We never agreed to any of that. What we agreed to, just so it's very clear for the record, is the provenance of the evidence. So the chain of custody, as it were, of the evidence. That Donna Carmichael, and I even discussed this and said this is how I would do it. And in fact, that's how the state ended up doing it. Donna Carmichael gets the SD card from Waste Pro. Donna Carmichael then sends it off to FBI. They stitch it together. They then send it to a translator. The translator translates it and transcribes it. We don't disagree that that chain of custody happened, but we do disagree that it's not properly authenticated. And Martinez says,
Although on that point, Mr. Richardson said, it's already been admitted, but it's going to be tied up by Mr. What was it?
Cavalli.
Cavalli, Mr. Calevi.
And also Detective Newman.
And the detective as well.
Yeah.
I'm
Understood,
familiar
Judge,
with
but
his voice. That's the person.
I just want to be clear, we did not concede to any of that. And so specifically to your question, Judge, Martinez says on page 11, the first main paragraph, and it discusses the case in Harris, which is 619 Southern 2nd, out of the first DCA. And I apologize, they must have discussed it earlier to get the full site. But they discuss Harris at length. And what they say is, as discussed by the first DCA in Harris, if the authenticating witness neither participated in nor overheard the recorded conversation as it was taking place, the authenticating witness would be in no better position than the jury to determine the contents of the tape recording. They further go on to quote Harris and say, it was error for the trial court to allow the transcript to be used by the jury where the transcript was prepared by a person who did not witness the events recited in the transcript, which is the exact case that we have here. The translator, who then, they make a transcript based on the translation, did not participate in the conversation and did not overhear it at the time contemporaneously that it was being made.
Which case? That's the Marshall case?
That's in Martinez.
Oh, Martinez.
Yes, sir.
What's the citation there?
For the Martinez,
Yes.
it is 761 Southern 2nd, 1074, and the head note or the reference would be at 1087. So
Let me look at the case just to be
yes, sir.
sure I can distinguish it from what I'm doing here.
Yes, sir. Do you need a copy of it?
No, I've got it right here on the computer. I'm looking at it right now.
In Martinez and large portion grapples with the use of a transcript. Our case is further complicated than Martinez because ours has a language difference. But I think it's best to just address it as if it were in English in all fours with Martinez, and then wrestle with the complication of language subsequent to that.
So in response, essentially, if I'm hearing them correctly, they're arguing essentially that you have to have a witness present to translate that conversation.
I have to stop and say this is it's a very interesting conversation to have, because to deal with the difference between the translations, the translators, the people actually understanding the translation, it's a lot.
Which of course is not the law.
And yes, the judge is so chill. He's laid back. Listen,
What I would cite first to Martinez at section 1080 or page 1083 and 1084 is Martinez says the fourth DCA has explained the general law that the jury may view an accurate transcript of an admitted tape recording as an aid in understanding, so long as the unadmitted transcript does not go back to the jury or become a focal point. In this case, I still don't think there's any question that these transcripts are accurate. The defense, have had it transcribed, and it's almost identical to what we have prepared. I would also cite to the court Fernandez versus State, 21 Southern 2nd, 1055, which is a 2009 fourth DCA case that says that when the state retains a witness to authenticate translated Spanish recordings, there's no reversible error present in that circumstance.
Let me review the Martinez case here.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
very important, the distinction between that scenario and this scenario is here. We have an expert on the stand testifying as to his or her opinion about what is being said. Whereas in Martinez, if I'm reading it correctly, it looks like it was before the trial, the state put on evidence, the judge gave the transcript a blessing, then it played the otherwise admissible video or audio, and then gave the jury the transcript to follow along to. And that I do see is problematic because there's no witness on the stand saying this is really what it is, subject to cross-examination. But let me continue to read through the rest of the language here. Just in my first reading of state's use of transcript, I'm not sure which page this is on in Martinez, the first few paragraphs give me the impression that that's what happened. Detectives, corporal, assistant state attorney listen to the surveillance and verify the accuracy of the transcript. And I don't see any mention of an expert being on the stand testifying as far as this is, I'm an expert and these are the words being spoken. This is what it means in English.
Judge, it might save you some time.
If you flip to footnote 5, footnote 5 says, quote, "We do not address the situation where an expert witness, professionally skilled in understanding inaudible and indistinguishable tape recordings, testifies that the transcript is an accurate rendition of the tape recording." It then cites to Henry versus State, which directly addresses that situation as well. So I think that's the significant distinction that carries the day.
But again, that goes to, just to follow up, that goes to inaudible or things or that you can't understand. And again, they put that witness on, the FBI agent, to say that he did all the audio tweaking to the recording to make it such that you could understand the words better. And I didn't object to that expert. That's what footnote 5 is talking about. It's not talking about a person who is a translator who says, again, if it were in English, there is no witness who could come up and say, this is what the tape says, because it invades the province of the jury. It's up to the jury to decide. Our extra wrinkle is that ours is not in English, it's in Spanish. And our entire jury is not Spanish speaking. Some of them are, but many of them are not. So again, that's why I think Martinez stands for the proposition that it does, which is that, again, it has to be a person who is involved in the conversation, because if not, and putting it in an English context only, it's invading the province of the jury for a person to come in and say, this is what this tape says.
So I'm going to overrule the objection. So long as allow the state to use the transcript to assist the jury in understanding the testimony of the witnesses just for demonstrative purposes, but to be absolutely sure that there's an overlap between the testimony and the transcript. You follow me? There should be nothing on the transcript viewable that's not testified to by the witness. Yes, that's an improper focus. On the other hand, and this is totally aside from the objection, on the other hand, my concern is this. As I mentioned yesterday, if you have the witness testify in this form and you go slowly and take as much time as you want, the jurors can take notes, and I anticipate that they will. If we give them the transcript, they may be disinclined to take notes. They may be thinking this transcript is going to go back to the jury room with them, which it's not.
Yeah.
So
we're going to ask for the instruction that talks about use of a transcript that tells them that it's not going back before we give them a transcript, and that they're not supposed to rely on this. It's just an aid. And I think it's 2.6.
Okay, we could do that. I'm just wondering if it's not better if the jurors are listening and taking notes as opposed to following along with the transcript, especially you're doing this piecemeal. You're not going to be, it's not going to be coming at them at 100 miles an hour. They'll be able to do that. They'll be able to take notes.
Yeah.
All right. So
kind of, we'd still like for it to be in simply because some people are visual learners.
The only other issue was the defense wants the first 2 pages off of the transcript. Let me give a copy, Your Honor, so you can see what we're working with. And then
And Judge, the reason why, just so I can articulate for the record, I want the first 2 pages off, is that audio verbatim translation. Again, that's improper bolstering, invades the province of the jury. It's
no objection to move the first 2 pages.
Okay.
We'll take the first 2 pages off.
I see the second.
Is this a copy I can use as well?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Follow along. First 2 pages are gone.
And Judge, one more housekeeping thing once we finish with this.
Hold on one second, though. I have a further thought. I want to clarify something I said before. An abundance of caution. I'm going to let this happen, but I do not think that the witness should be able to testify to this speaker is that person, because that does invade the province of the jury. Your other witnesses can do that. But as far as this is concerned, the interpreter would just say, There are two people speaking. These are the words being spoken. You follow me?
Well, I guess the issue would be how is the jury going to know who's who?
Well, that's your problem. That's not my problem. That's your problem. You're saying you're going to call the other witnesses after, so it kind of creates that problem to do that. But it is a problem because they weren't, they can't. That's like saying their opinion about that issue, and that issue is for the jury.
Yeah. Well, I think that the way that can be clarified is for the translator to testify. The person whose voice is most audible said this.
Exactly. Without them saying this is the defendant.
Yeah.
Because that was part of the objection.
Can we have
Right.
a moment to go talk to the witnesses to let them know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then when the court has time, one more brief issue.
Sure.
You guys.
Do I understand correctly, just for my purposes, I'm under the impression, you don't have the other witness, that witness is testifying in Broward, right?
That's exactly what I was about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, and
We're going to do the same thing tomorrow.
that was going to be my question. We're doing this part today, which gives us even more time to be meticulous about it, which we're going to need to do anyway. And it is that important, as we've said many times. It's a key piece of the case.
Yeah, and I did make contact with Rose Rosario. I wasn't able to make contact with the prosecutor. She's in the middle of a homicide trial.
So today is, which item is it? Was it 169, 170? Is that what the numbers were? I can't
I
remember.
think it's 170.
Today is 170. The other dates. These are the other dates.
Yeah, multi-day. Yes, sir.
Through Norma Campos is your witness today.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, it's 170.
Okay.
Judge, one more objection to the transcript regarding the redactions. The way that the state redacted it, they put it in like black bars instead of just whiting it out, or putting like a white box over it so that it doesn't look like it's significantly redacted. There are portions of it. Maybe I want to go through. I don't have the redacted one printed out. No. Oh, I gave it back to you. Sorry, that's your copy? Okay, sorry, I gave it back to you. I thought that was your copy. There is one portion of it where a large paragraph is blacked out. It is on page, I'm going to use the discovery number.
2521.
That's correct, Judge.
Just happened to come upon that.
That's exactly correct. So there is a large portion of that paragraph that's blacked out. I don't want the jury to have some impermissible inference that it's something negative, because also, and okay, the secondary objection I have is to this transcript now, based on your Honor's ruling about the witnesses testifying who the speaker is, that just this speaker is closer to the microphone. The way that the transcript is made, it has my client's initials and Eric's initials.
Right.
So based on your Honor's previous ruling, there's another objection to the transcript. That does,
With regard to the parts that are blacked out, if you were to listen to the audio pursuant to my other ruling, what we would have done is, like on that page, would say, "Oh yes, relax, dude." Then we would stop it and go to. You follow what I'm saying?
I do, Judge. It's just
Yeah.
in the stopping, it doesn't show them again how long of a portion we cut out. And
Right.
so it's different when you visualize it as
Okay.
a black,
Yeah.
paragraph blacked out, instead of just, it would have been probably more prudent
Yeah.
to do it with a white bars so that you wouldn't see the amount of language that we redacted. They're just going to say
No.
to themselves,
What's
"Whoa,
the-
what's in there, and why
Yeah.
aren't they showing it to
Well,
me?"
maybe the bigger problem too is pursuant to my ruling there too. You have EA and JS, which is Eric Alvarado and Jose Soto-Escalera throughout, which does conflict with the ruling previously at this point in time. What's the state's position there?
I'm not sure. Give me that.
Sure.
Well, I mean, first, it's not uncommon to use these transcripts. They've had these transcripts for months, and we only got the redaction request last week. We provided a redacted copy yesterday, and this information and evidence will come out after the translator has testified.
This is the longer one than the other one, right?
It is. The next one is 15 pages.
So pursuant to my previous ruling, Ms. Minton, maintaining your previous objections, but realizing that I'm allowing the witness to testify, to translate. Your objection is to using the transcript as a demonstrative aid because it conflicts with my procedure as far as they're not allowed to say that's Eric Alvarado or Jose Soto-Escalera, and the existence of the blacked out portions is prejudicial, and that it highlights something is being said that is not being translated.
That's correct, Judge. Both of those are completely accurate.
Given the significance of this piece of evidence at the trial at this time, I am inclined to grant that request, not use the transcript with the jury. The witnesses can use the transcript to assist them. They probably need to.
So he's saying he's not going to let the jury take the transcript and read off of it too?
Do that. But then the jury would be able to take notes and go at your own pace to do that. But I think that balancing that out, it is problematic, particularly because otherwise you'd have to amend each and every one of them to black out or to white out the JSES entries. The first page does start off saying, identifying who they are as well too. So that's where I am with that. Okay.
And finally, as I was saying a few minutes ago, Rose Rosario is tied up in that homicide trial. It doesn't look like she's going to be able to make it up here in time today.
That's fine.
If
We
that's
will
okay.
just,
Yeah.
there again, it gives us more time to be meticulous about this. This is a key piece of evidence in the case. I say that just because that was the highlight of the state's opening statement, and it just obviously it's a critical piece of evidence. So you can do that. I don't think the jury's going to seem to be frustrated at the pace of the evidence going that way. And frankly, the use of the transcript in that regard, I'm really not about in my balancing it out. I'm not sure it's that helpful to them. Anyway, it's a balancing process. So given that, are we going right into that testimony with the witness?
One witness prior to that.
Okay. All right. Are y'all ready for the jury otherwise?
If we could just have a few minutes just to explain the lay of
Sure.
land.
Sure. Absolutely. Yes. Go ahead and do that. We'll take a break.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I'll actually let's make it a bathroom break since I've had a lot of coffee this morning.
Am I muted? No. Okay, so we're going to bring the jury in. Judge has had too much coffee this morning. Short break. And that's their little markers are not true.
Mark as stated.
Coffee, coffee. Cheers. I got your coffee, love. Hola. ¿Cómo está? Hush, y'all are whining too much today.
You're about to be able to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Go ahead over the witness. Thank you. Morning. Can you state your name for the record and spell your last name, please?
Catherine Scott, Scott.
Okay. And did you live at 2086 Southwest Larchmont Lane on August 23rd of 2018?
Yes.
Okay. And was your home outfitted with a surveillance system?
Yes.
Okay. What kind of surveillance system was that?
EasyViz.
Okay. And did it record video?
Yes.
Okay. Did you have cameras located on your house?
Yes.
What positions were they located?
2 up front, 2 in the back. They were pointed towards the side of the house, the driveway, and the backyard.
Okay. Did that surveillance system, did it record footage?
Yes.
Okay. And was there any way for you to either edit or tamper with that footage?
No.
Okay. At some point in later August of 2018, did you provide that footage to a police officer from the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office?
Yes.
Okay. I want to show you what has been marked as State's Exhibit number 165. Do you recognize that?
Yes.
What is that?
The flash drive of the video.
Okay. And are those your initials on there?
Yes.
Did you watch this video?
Yes.
Okay. Is this video a fair and accurate recording of the events from your home on August 23rd of 2018 at
Yes.
about 8:25 in the evening?
Yep.
Okay. Your Honor, the state moves into evidence exhibit number 165.
Any objection?
No objection.
That item will come into evidence without objection.
I'm sorry. It's, the exhibit is 165. Did I get
165.
did I get that right? Okay. We'll go ahead and publish.
You may publish 165.
Is this a copy of your recording from your span of tape?
Yes.
Okay, the time set back to 8:26, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. We'll go ahead.
All right, that's all I have.
Thank you.
Any questions from the defense?
No cross.
May this witness be released from her subpoena? Before you go, Ms. Scott, is she released from her subpoena?
Yes, sir.
Any objection to releasing her?
No objection.
You are released from your subpoena, Ms. Scott. You're free to leave. Thank you. And the state's next witness or item of evidence.
State recalls Detective Chris Newman.
Sorry, guys. I had to change a poopy diaper. Hey, Cindy.
Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Go ahead and state your name for the record. Spell your last name, please.
Christopher Newman, and the last name is spelled Newman.
And quick question: where do you know the address that the victim lived at on August 23rd of 2018, based on your investigation that you conducted in this case?
It was 2014 Southwest. I hope I pronounced it right. Larchmont.
Larchmont Lane.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what is the distance from that residence to the residence located at 2086 Southwest Larchmont Lane?
Objection, testimony reversed.
Okay. This is a
The
repeat.
victim's residence located at 2014 Southwest Larchmont Lane, and the surveillance video's residence at 2086 Southwest Larchmont Lane.
According to the Google Maps measuring tool that we used, it was 470 feet.
Okay. How many houses down?
There were 4 houses between.
4 houses in between those residences.
Yes, sir. That was from driveway to driveway.
Thank you. That's all the questions I have.
No cross.
May Detective Newman be released at this time, or you wish him to stay under subpoena?
We wish him to stay.
You may step down. You do remain under subpoena for trial purposes. And the state's next witness or item of evidence.
Yes, sir. The state calls Norma Campos. It will be utilizing Andrew Blanca.
Raise your right hand and face the clerk.
Do you swear affirm that the evidence you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Go ahead over that way, Lucie.
And you may inquire of the witness.
Morning.
Morning.
Can you state your name for the record and spell your last name, please?
My name is Norma Campos. Last name Campos.
Okay. And Ms. Campos, what do you do for a living?
My job is a titled language specialist for the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Okay. And how long have you worked for the FBI?
I have done that job for the FBI for 15 years.
Okay. And I want you to go ahead and discuss and tell the jury your education, your training, and your experience. Can you do that, please?
Yes. I have a bachelor's of arts in journalism with an emphasis in public relations and a minor in Spanish. And in order to do my job, I took a battery of tests in Spanish and English, because that is the language that I work for the FBI. And after passing that battery of tests, I was able to join the FBI as a contractor. In addition to that, we also undergo yearly audograms or hearing tests to make sure that we can do our job competently.
Okay, so let's get into a little bit more specific detail, if you don't mind. And I want to kind of zoom out, and we'll talk about your familiarity with the Spanish language.
Okay.
First, where are you from?
I am from McAllen, Texas.
Okay. And did you grow up in a home where your parents and family spoke Spanish?
Yes, both of my parents spoke Spanish only, and to this day, that's the only language that my mother speaks.
Okay. And you obviously speak English?
Yes.
Okay. And how long have you spoken Spanish for?
As long as I've been able to speak, which is, I don't know when my first word was, but I would say around 50 years.
Yeah, all your life?
Yes.
Okay. And how often do you speak Spanish?
On a daily basis. I
Okay.
speak Spanish to my sisters when I call them my daughter. I speak to her in Spanish. It's part of my daily life.
Okay. Do you have relatives that you communicate with who only speak Spanish?
Yes, my mother still only speaks Spanish. My aunts, some of my husband's family only speak Spanish.
Okay. And you said that you did some contracting work with the FBI?
Yes, that's how I was able to join the FBI, first as a contractor. That is their normal, chain to get into working as a translator and interpreter.
Okay. And specifically, what did you do? Tell the jury the type of contracting work that you did.
When you join the FBI as a language specialist, you help special agents to do interpreting, whether it's through interviews, interrogations, out in the field when they go and do raids. We also translate documents, body cam footage, videos, audios, anything that agents that can't understand Spanish, we translate for them.
Okay. And how long did you say you did your contracting work?
For 11 years. And then I joined the FBI on a full-time basis in 2020.
Okay. So you did 11 years of contracting work. How many hours per week did you do? What were you translating Spanish to English? Your best approximation.
At that time, approximately 30 hours a week, because I had just had my baby. So I had the flexibility as an independent contractor to set my own hours, and depending on the amount of work that the FBI had, I would go in and do work. So about 30 hours a week.
Okay. And all of your translation during that period of time involved criminal investigations?
Criminal investigations, public corruption, healthcare fraud, all of the crimes that the FBI investigates.
Sure. And eventually, I think you said that you got on with the FBI.
Yes.
So go ahead and describe that process, the hiring process and all that.
Yes. When you apply to become a contractor, an independent contractor for the FBI, in particular, a language specialist or a translator and interpreter, you have to undergo a series of tests, a battery of tests. The first is a listening portion. You have to listen to several variations of the Spanish language to make sure that you understand them. That was too long ago. I can't remember the specifics exactly, but it was a listening exam. Then the FBI schedules you for the next portion of it, which is the speaking. So the speaking portion of the battery of tests involves two people on the phone with you, and they lead the conversation. They have a rubric that they follow. And according to how the conversation goes and the vocabulary that you're using and how you're able to keep up with the conversation, they rate that and then they give you a score. And after completing that portion, the FBI calls you back later. There's not a specific amount of time between these tests. They call you back later to do the written portion. The written portion is usually 4 paragraphs that the level of difficulty to translate increases as you go through the paragraphs. So you go in and you take the first portion, which is, in my case, Spanish to English. You get a Spanish paragraph, and then you translate it. You go on to the second one, the third one, and if you can do the fourth one, great, you do the fourth one. Then you do it the other way, and you do the same thing, the first paragraph, second paragraph, third paragraph. And then they rate you according to their rating scales.
Okay, and you were able to pass these exams?
I was able to pass the listening, the speaking, and the written Spanish to English.
Okay. And eventually you got hired on with the FBI as a full-time employee?
Yes.
Okay. And what date was that again?
That was July of 2020.
Okay. So let's start from July of 2020 to present. What exactly do you do for the FBI?
I do the exact same thing. The only difference is that I'm a full-time employee with the federal government.
Okay.
I do 40 hours a week.
40 hours, and that was my next question. You do 40 hours a week of Spanish translation.
Yes.
Okay. And you indicated that a few minutes ago about the variations of Spanish. Tell the jury about that.
And I think for all of you that live here in Florida, as in Texas, we're very diverse when it comes to our Hispanic population. So even though you're Hispanic but you're Cuban, or you're Dominican, from the Dominican Republic, or you're from Mexico or Puerto Rico, there's so many variations of certain words that we use on a daily basis. Maybe the formal Spanish remains the same, but when you get to the daily Spanish, we use different words for different things.
Okay. And do you have familiarity with the Puerto Rican variations?
Yes.
Okay. And are you able to understand and accurately translate Puerto Rican Spanish into English?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So have you ever testified in court regarding your translations?
Yes.
Okay. About how many times?
Once.
Okay. And when you were you tasked to do some translations in this case?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what has been marked as State's Exhibit number 170. Do you recognize that?
Yes.
What is that?
This is the hard drive that includes the files that I translated.
Okay. Are those the files that were collected from a Waste Pro garbage truck?
Yes.
Where the two participants are speaking Spanish?
Yes.
Okay. And are those from the dates of August 21st, 2018, August 23rd, 2018, August 25th, 2018, and August 27th, 2018?
Yes.
Okay. So go ahead and explain to the jury what you did and how you analyzed that particular exhibit.
When I received these files, I didn't have a background on the case, so this is how I normally approach any translation that I receive. I listen to the audio to get an idea of what the subjects sound like, what the context is, just to kind of get myself familiar with their Spanish, how they speak, the topics they talk about, just to kind of get myself immersed in the audio. And that's how I approached the translation when I began.
Okay. And when you listen to that, describe for the jury any equipment that you used that assisted you in your ability to translate that.
Yes, in order to get an accurate translation, we use a software called Start Stop Omniversal that is paired with foot pedals. So the software allows us to stop audio or video, reverse it, or fast forward it. It also allows us to speed up the audio or slow it down, which we normally use that slowing down the audio to be able to listen more carefully. We also use noise canceling headphones to drown out any other noise around us to be able to really hone into the audio and know what they're saying.
Okay. And
okay, I have to stop and say that is so cool she said they got foot pedals to start stuff. That's a lot. Another job I didn't know could exist. See?
When you did your translation there on exhibit number 170, tell the jury how many hours you put into this in order to arrive at your opinion in the case.
In this particular case, I spent about 55 hours on this translation.
Okay. And after you finished your 55 hours, did you reduce your report to writing?
What do you mean?
In other words, did you create a written translation of what you heard, a written transcript of what you heard?
No.
You didn't?
A written well, this, like the typed, yes. Yeah, this is what I came up with, yes.
Okay, okay. So you created a typed out written transcript of everything you heard, is that correct?
Exactly, yes.
Okay. Important question, is that transcript, is it accurate?
Yes.
Okay.
Gosh, I think they're getting, but I'm sorry, I got distracted. The problem with this is the jury can't have the transcript now.
So, did you use all of your?
So when she starts reading whatever she transcribed, these are merely her notes. So the jury, I'm just, there's a lot to this. There's a lot to this with this transcription stuff.
Your skill set, right? Your experience, your training, and everything that you just described to the jury, your education. In order to, did you use all of that to reduce your translation to writing?
Yes.
Okay. And Your Honor, the state requests permission to publish.
You may publish. Do you want to explain through the witness or otherwise what your proposal is to do that so the jury understands what's happening?
Sure. So what's going to happen, Ms. Campos, I think you've already been explained. We're going to call Lieutenant Andrew Blanca, who is going to assist you in the publication of this transcript. So what I want you to do, I want you to both read this transcript. You're going to play the role of the individual who is more difficult to hear. Mr. Blanca is going to play the role of the individual who is easier to hear, if that makes sense. Okay. So
Mr. Blanca, just so the jury knows, it's not a witness, just a person used as a conduit for demonstrative purposes to make it easier for you to understand what's going on. Mr. Blanca, you can come forward. Where do you want him to be?
He was going to stand at the podium up there.
Right. All the previous objections are preserved.
Do you want to swear?
No, he's not a witness, so we don't need to swear.
Good morning. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
okay. And we'll go ahead. And we'll start on page 1. And we'll use the file labeled C1 to C4 from August 21st of 2018. And we'll begin.
Judge, I'm going to object. Give me permission.
Okay, Ms. Campos, you go ahead and start off on page 1. And if you could state the file name and the date of the file, and then we'll start from there, okay?
Okay. The file name is C1-C4_08_21_2018_ that should be 000.
Okay. And we'll go ahead. Which is the individual that starts this conversation that can be most easily heard?
The individual that is,
Without identifying the person, we'll start with you.
I'm going to help you so that unaudible over there, I have to do something. When I finish with what I'm doing, I'm going to give you something and you have to put it away and throw it away with time.
unintelligible.
Huh?
Unintelligible.
Okay. Now, Ms. Campos, can you go to the second section? And if you could follow the same procedure, what is the source file name as well as the date?
The next file is C1-C4_08_21_2018_000. This is just.
Please, Mr.
We'll go ahead and we'll start with audio session number 2 of 39.
2 of 30.
Yes, ma'am.
It's inaudible.
Yeah, of course. That's it. You got to make sure there's no cameras.
Right, there's a camera.
That's where the traffic, though. It's looking down.
Unintelligible.
Huh?
Unintelligible here.
Unintelligible without the job.
Unintelligible. That's what?
Unintelligible without the job.
Unintelligible.
That's what? Unintelligible.
You think?
It happens to me. Unintelligible.
Unintelligible in my car.
Unintelligible. Get it done.
Watch out. That bitch is bad. You got a badass bitch.
She what?
Unintelligible. Unintelligible.
The what?
Unintelligible school. Unintelligible.
Who?
The school. Unintelligible.
They calling you?
Unintelligible. Unintelligible. Where are you now? Unintelligible. So much shit, man. So much shit.
They ain't got unintelligible up the hill. Now she can pay her unintelligible. She'll be able to pay rent.
She can pay the rent. You can pay the car and the insurance.
No, she should be able to pay the rent. the car, and still have a lot of money left over. She should be able to pay the light, water, insurance,
You pay more for rent.
and daycare. Unintelligible.
Unintelligible.
You know what I mean? And after school, she can even drive the unintelligible.
Yeah, only I can. Unintelligible.
Unintelligible every time. Unintelligible.
Unintelligible.
Can I dump right here?
The unintelligible goes over there. Unintelligible.
Oh man, don't play with me. No, get out. Get these fuckers fast.
Unintelligible.
Huh? It's going to rain, bro.
Unintelligible. Right there.
But I can't.
Unintelligible.
You'll see. Watch.
Unintelligible. Bro, it takes time. Unintelligible.
I'm going to do this for a couple of more years. After that, I'm getting unintelligible out. Maybe after I unintelligible the license, I'm out. Like I told you, man, I'm unintelligible. It gets boring.
Unintelligible.
Unintelligible. We're always dirty. Are you ready to do some dirt with me? You got my back?
Go.
Huh?
Park right there. Unintelligible. Right?
Huh?
Unintelligible. Unintelligible. What you say?
Do you know the good thing about me? That backlash thing I have, well, it's not registered in my name. All of these, yes. So if I don't use one of those, yeah. But no, but not the other one. Because I don't have a record. I've never had. Search for my record. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for a spot to do it. I'll do it. 1, 2, 3. I don't care.
And are you unintelligible or what?
And put in, and it's not a man, it's a woman.
The one that works there?
Yes.
Unintelligible.
Unintelligible.
Unintelligible man.
I told you who it was a while ago.
Okay. Now, could we go ahead and maintain that same procedure on audio session 3 of 39?
That girl is talking. Yeah.
Also, this date is also,
Judge objection, same objection.
is that date also from?
Finish the question so I can hear what you're going to ask.
Does audio session 3 of 9 come on August 21st of 2018?
Correct, yes.
No early objection.
That girl is talking shit.
Huh?
That girl is talking shit.
Which one?
The one that you unintelligible and her little man unintelligible.
Do you want me to tell you what is going on, or do you prefer not to know?
Unintelligible.
No? What?
You're the only one that unintelligible and you don't lie. They should know who unintelligible, bro. Unintelligible.
And I'm not the only one. She's pregnant from that little asshole that works there. She says it's mine, supposedly. I can't take chances. I lose everything. No, I am telling you the truth. If something happens to me, you already know. I'm going to blow her brains out so she doesn't talk. I have to do it, Eric. I have no other choice. I'm going to lose everything. What I need is someone to drive me. That's
Well, Indy, I think you understood that clear, didn't you, honey? Because I sure did. That was hello. Hello,
it.
sir.
I have no everything. No, I am telling you the truth. If something happens to me, you already know. I'm going to blow her brains out so she doesn't talk. I have to do it, Eric. I have no other choice. I'm going to lose everything. What I need is someone to drive me. That's it. Unintelligible. But nobody knows. Everyone is talking. Oh yeah, she fucked. Unintelligible. She fucked Eric. She fucked this one. She fucked. These are rumors. That's the point. She was nagging that she was pregnant by him. She says it's not his. If my wife found something out like that, oh my God, bro, I lose everything, bro. Unintelligible. Brief pause. I have a spot. I already have her. I'm telling you the truth. I've already prepared her well. I told her that there are some people that want to pay her because she unintelligible. And she asked me, will you go with me because I don't know them? I told her, yeah, I'll go. Throw me a couple bucks my way. You know what I'm saying? I have to find a spot and dump her there. You know what I'm saying? How did you do it? At night?
Yes.
That's the first thing. And find a spot where there is not too much of this shit. Lights.
She said unintelligible, and that was it.
She has threatened another guy. The guy is giving her money. That bitch is nasty. She plays like a man.
What's up with that boy? Unintelligible.
The what?
Unintelligible. That damn bitch, unintelligible.
Look, leave hearing something like that. in something like that, leave her. No one will find her. Like what they did, like what these cocksuckers did with unintelligible body. No one knows who was in there. If I do it quietly, nobody is going to unintelligible.
Unintelligible.
I'll do it quietly. No one knows anything. That's why I was telling you unintelligible. Because of things I am going to be wearing, nobody here knows you or me. Nobody has to go to my house. If they go to my house, unintelligible, I'm just saying, little by little, I'll throw away all the clothes, or I burn them, or wash them with Clorox. Because I was thinking of you, unintelligible is faster. Because no one is going to see you, unintelligible. But that's it. Done with it, right? I'm looking for a spot.
Where does she live?
Huh?
Where does she live?
Behind Wendy's.
Wendy's, but where?
Why? What are you thinking? Give me an idea.
We can go to where she lives, unintelligible.
If this would be happening back home, it would already be done. It would have been done. It would already be done. And the good thing is that I don't go anywhere. Who is going to accuse me of anything? If I'm not with you, I'm with my wife. No one knows, unintelligible. I can't tell anyone anything, nothing. I think we want unintelligible, a lot of these things, unintelligible, all. And
Exactly. This is why they fought so hard to get it into evidence. They wanted this shit in there, no doubt. They wanted this in evidence.
I, unintelligible, look.
And I can understand why the defense lawyers were like, no, we're going to find every excuse in the book to keep it out, it seemed like.
Like this. Look.
Unintelligible.
No. If I use my truck, I'll cover the plates.
Unintelligible. Nobody. Unintelligible.
No. Call her outside, unintelligible, by telephone and blow her brains out there. You know what I mean? And take the phone. She's already fucked with me. Have her fall into the quarry and all that. I need you to help me do that. I'll leave you at the quarry, unintelligible.
Oh my God.
I'll take it to Miami, unintelligible.
Wow.
I checked the trash and...
Look at him
Unintelligible.
grinning.
What?
Do y'all see him grinning during this while they're reading this? This little... this smirk. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet.
Unintelligible.
What about it?
Unintelligible.
I can't hear what you're saying.
Unintelligible.
That I put it in?
No.
I, unintelligible.
Bro, unintelligible. Making that shit up, bro.
And you stirred it up.
Nah, I think he did it, bro.
Because he was,
Yo, when I was unintelligible.
she was camming, dancing in front of the camera. That's what she does.
And she, unintelligible.
In the end, she can't. No one can do anything. You already know. You know what I'm saying? Unintelligible. The mafia, unintelligible. That is a good part. That's the only good thing I have.
Unintelligible.
Huh?
That's what you don't know.
Because I'm supposed to pick her up one of these days. That is why I'm telling you. If you drive, I blow her head off there in a drive-by. It's good.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cough. Did y'all see that little head wiggle when he... I'm back that up. Watch that head wiggle. He went like that while they were reading.
If you drive, I blow her head off there in a drive-by. It's good back there.
Remember that they're unintelligible.
But unintelligible. You put the barrel in her mouth and unintelligible. That's it, bro. She won't get up ever again. Dead people don't talk. And if there's no evidence, what are they going to do? No one is going to find out it was us.
Unintelligible.
I have it already. Gloves, everything.
Unintelligible.
All we got is this.
Uh-huh.
I'll pull over and wash my hands and take a little break. Eat something real quick. See the children, and then we'll unintelligible, you know.
Unintelligible.
Yeah, we're not unintelligible.
Unintelligible.
I'm tired, brother. I'm trying to think how to make that problem go away. But I have to do that because then I won't do it later. And that's the easiest thing. Take her somewhere, and that's it. You are the only one knows about this, and I know you won't unintelligible me out.
I know that unintelligible.
Oh, yes. Relax, dude.
Okay. And Ms. Campos, can we go ahead and start? Do you see session 4 of 39?
Yes.
Okay. And on what date does that fall?
That is the same date of August 21st, 2018.
Okay. And can we follow that same procedure?
Yes.
You know, I got a nice way of unintelligible.
You got it planned out?
You got it planned out? I'll go pick her up. I'll pick you up first and I'll drop you off at the corner somewhere. You get in the back of the truck and you'll say, drive, like if you're robbing me first. And I'll tell you where, unintelligible. I'll call you Nico, like I think I know, unintelligible, Nico.
Unintelligible.
Unintelligible, like, nah, my name ain't Nico. This is unintelligible. Know what I'm saying? That way I need to do what I got to do. Then she won't try unintelligible. It tells me 95 and unintelligible.
Unintelligible.
There's a field nearby in Saint Unintelligible. There's a field there. We don't have to go too far to unintelligible. Oh, that'd be unintelligible tonight, unintelligible. You know what I'm saying? Unintelligible. And there are no cameras around my house. If she invites me somewhere, unintelligible.
Watch his eyebrows. Watch it. Oh, I want to go through my monitor at this guy. Ooh, y'all, not you, me. Go back and play. Watch his eyebrows, y'all. What?
Oh, that'd be unintelligible tonight, unintelligible. You know what I'm saying? Unintelligible. And there are no cameras around my house. If she invites me somewhere, unintelligible.
Whatever it is, got no cameras, maybe his little eyebrow go twitch.
Oh, I won't even get to that because nobody will know anything. You can't prove anything if no one saw anything. Unintelligible. I was thinking of taking her to some field nearby the route. Do you know where I go? Unintelligible. Unintelligible. When she go in there, she disappear for a couple of days. Unintelligible. She does that. She disappears for 2 or 3 days like that. She always does that. Unintelligible. Some guys that this and that her phone, 3 days. And I'll take her phone, unintelligible, and I'll throw it away. I'll throw it away or I'll burn it. They can't do anything there, unintelligible. I have everything planned out. I'm going to let her drive because I have unintelligible. She doesn't drive and use the phone for texting or nothing. I'll play dumb. You know what I'm saying? I'll sit in the back like we're going to do something. You know what I'm saying? What do you think is easier to unintelligible? Inside the bushes or outside and then dump her?
Inaudible.
Unintelligible. First, right? Then hit her and then dump her, right?
Taking the head.
Unintelligible.
Huh?
Unintelligible. Is she saying that?
About what?
That it's yours.
No one. She hasn't told anything to anyone. She only told me. I'm the only one who knows. It's been going on for a minute.
Unintelligible.
Several times she has already, but I already know.
Inaudible.
The thing is that I'm trying to catch her alone. She hasn't told anyone. She is letting the cocksucker think it's his. See what I am saying? She hasn't dared to tell Debbie anything because she doesn't want to do that. You get what I'm saying? She's trying to help me. She doesn't want to protect me like that, but unintelligible. If that child is not his, unintelligible. That's what she's going to do. She's going to let the cocksucker think it's his. If she doesn't talk, no one will know anything. Unintelligible. What you have to tell her is that you're going to the party too. Unintelligible. She doesn't have to. Unintelligible.
Unintelligible.
The less she knows, the better. No one should know this. No one. Why do you think I didn't want to go to church?
Damn.
Chuckles. Unintelligible. When we get to the yard, unintelligible, pull up my truck over there. We'll get our stuff.
All right, man.
All that shit, unintelligible. We'll go do the unintelligible, park it. Get in the truck or unintelligible. That way I can unintelligible and all that shit. Don't let anyone see. As you can see, there aren't any lights here. Do you notice you can't see anything here? Simply a street like that one. That's closed off. Unintelligible. When she ends up like that after a couple of days and one is already calm. The good thing about that one doesn't. The one doesn't leave a trace. So it can be anyone. In that way, unintelligible, the barrel there, but if you don't leave it there, there's no evidence. That's like the automatic that I have. Because the bullets leave the mark, that doesn't leave trace. That doesn't leave a trace. The cartridge, you clean it really well. No, and she talks as if she loves him. She knows the.
So she knows?
Huh?
She knows?
She knows a few of them.
Unintelligible.
That's why I want to buy a gun and leave it at your house. As long as it pops off, unintelligible. How unintelligible going to do that? They don't think unintelligible. We put the unintelligible in the there, through there. Unintelligible, my house.
Unintelligible. You know what I mean? I don't want unintelligible.
Unintelligible, because if I do something and take her out, and if someone comes that could, no, I'm screwed, and you leave. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'll stay there with you until she leaves. Something like that. Look, really deep in there.
No, unintelligible. Look at that shit, bro.
There are houses there, right?
No shit.
Unintelligible there.
Yeah.
Relax. No, I want you to see further ahead. I'm going to show you something. When I leave here, I'm going to go in there ahead. No, I can't. Unintelligible. That she opens her mouth. And I know she, unintelligible. I don't need that. I can't afford unintelligible. I'll lose it all. Everything.
Unintelligible. She would believe you.
Huh?
Unintelligible. She would believe you.
Who? Debbie?
Okay, Ms. Campos, do you see session 5 of 39?
Yes.
And on what
So who's gonna believe him? His wife. That's what he said, Debbie.
date does that fall?
That is October 23rd, 2018.
You mean August 23rd?
I'm sorry, August 23rd, 2018. Yes.
You can go ahead and continue.
Yes.
He's asking for water. They have dry mouth. Look at me. I'm over here sipping on coffee and they're asking for water. Whew. Look at that smile on her face.
Bro, my thing is, was just, it's like what you said. It's not like, nah, I quit. Unintelligible. All that noise and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I took out the same unintelligible. I got everything planned. Go home, get some tools, tell my wife I got to go to work on a bike real quick. See what's wrong with it. Why I won't start. Pick it up. Bring Eric with me. Take it home and pick it up. But unintelligible. And what you're going to do is drive. That's it.
And Ms. Campos, do you see session 6 of 39?
Yes.
And on what date does that fall?
August 23rd, 2018.
Okay, if you can go ahead and proceed, continue with the same procedure.
Right there, they look down, unintelligible.
Yeah.
And there are cameras right there.
Unintelligible. The floor.
Unintelligible.
Huh?
Unintelligible.
Nah. Unintelligible. Oh, and I didn't either. Look.
Unintelligible. Stop, drop, and roll. Unintelligible.
Huh?
Unintelligible.
Ms. Campos, turning your attention to audio session 7 of 39. Do you see that?
Yes.
And on what date does that fall?
August 23rd, 2018.
Go ahead.
So that's the spot that looks better so far, right?
Yeah, make sure unintelligible.
What do you think about choking her? Unintelligible.
Huh?
Is it better than a blow and just get it over with, right?
Unintelligible. It would be better.
Unintelligible.
Unintelligible. Is that it?
Yep.
Unintelligible.
Unintelligible.
Shit. Unintelligible there.
So up here and I, unintelligible.
Unintelligible, huh?
Okay. And do you see session 8 of 39?
Yes.
Same question. On what date does that fall?
August 23rd, 2018. We need something like that. A barrel.
And you see session 9 of 39?
Yes.
On what date does that fall?
Also August 23rd, 2018. Right in here, too, unintelligible.
There are no lights here. There's nothing. Look, nothing. Not this one, not this one. This one, unintelligible. Unintelligible. If we come this way, pull over. Yeah, over here somewhere. So if we come this way, pull over.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm getting rid of my truck. Unintelligible about the tire pressure or none of that.
Unintelligible.
I just can't do it unintelligible inside my truck. It won't hurt me if it's not my truck. I got to strangle that bitch. You can't leave no blood or nothing in the truck. I don't want nothing, unintelligible, nothing. If they ever come asking anything, there's nothing. It's like you said it. There's no other way around it. It's like you said, you got to unintelligible and that's it. All the bullshit will be over. And the higher up around here, the more they'll blame her boyfriend because they're always fighting. You know what I'm saying? She now has a record in which someone did something to her. You know what I'm saying? All that shit.
Ms. Campos, do you see session 10 of 39?
Yes.
And on what date does that fall?
August 20th.
Another deep breath, guys. God, this is a lot. I don't even know what to say. And it's like his emotions about it. He's just kind of See, I'm choked up. Goodness, I really don't know what to say. I mean, he's just all blunt. He's going to choke her. It's better than giving her blows. Oh.
3rd, 2018.
Okay.
You're going to take me unintelligible from here, unintelligible.
Who?
Magali.
Why?
What happened?
Huh?
If they ask.
That I know of lately, no. Sometimes, yes. She was telling me, listen, you got them on this side right now, the leverage.
Unintelligible.
Because unintelligible. Lend her the car and shit.
Unintelligible.
That's good, because I need it like that. I have all the cartridges, all of them ready. Whenever you're taking the book bag, I'll drop it off at your house. My shotgun shells are accounted for my new shotgun. I'm like, I haven't even fired it. So get it. I need someone to drive so I can unintelligible. Yo, look up that thing.
That's what I'm going to do.
About those unintelligible they found at the Dunkin' Donuts. Look it up on my phone and save it.
I'm going to read it.
I want to see if I save some money so we can into business. I already talked to unintelligible for the business. Unintelligible.
Unintelligible birthday.
Unintelligible. Are you sure? Do you swear on your daughter that you saw them together yesterday?
Yeah, on my birthday.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Unintelligible inside the car.
You know what would make it easier? That she come to pick me up in his car.
Unintelligible.
Bye. And I'll take off in the car to unintelligible. Like in unintelligible. Water somewhere. A house where there's no camera. I don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that unintelligible, and it's not on my street. It's too dark and it's hard to get out.
Okay, Ms. Campos, you see session 11 of 39?
Yes.
And on what date does that fall?
August 23rd, 2018.
Hey, up here also, unintelligible, where unintelligible.
His car, unintelligible. Leave it abandoned over there.
Unintelligible.
Unintelligible.
Unintelligible. His car and unintelligible. And it wasn't my car. Unintelligible car.
Unintelligible.
Okay, Ms. Campos, do you see session 12 of 39?
Yes.
And on what date does that fall?
August 23rd, 2018.
Do you know what I want to do? To give you the package with all those little shovels. Since you're going to Miami on Saturday, throw the package, unintelligible, in the trash. Make sure that no one sees you. Like, I'm good though. I'm good, unintelligible. Like what you said makes sense. The blow, that's it. Everything ends. Like that, you don't have to worry about anything. You don't got to worry about nothing. The blow.
I would have did it by myself if I didn't have a daughter, you know. That's the unintelligible. That's the thing. I don't want my unintelligible. Same shit happens to my daughter, unintelligible. Killing no girl in broad daylight. I'll probably go to jail, unintelligible. I'm like, yo, I ain't going to jail.
Or to take her to unintelligible.
Yep.
Oh, well, she has to go because she already has unintelligible too much shit.
I know she has shit on her.
And think about this. The person that this conversation is between is Eric Alvarado, which is his nephew that worked with him. Yeah, right. All these little head nods and stuff. He must have got that little comment wrong. I can't believe this. I mean,
Has to go because she already has unintelligible too much shit.
I know she has shit on a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot. She's got Manny scared.
Yeah, she does.
Not me. If she do that to me, she would have been gone, unintelligible.
The thing is that I haven't had time because Debbie always has a pissed off face, you know? Where
Dude, I wonder what his wife thinks now, saying Debbie has always got a pissed off face. I bet you, let's show her in the audience right now. I bet you she got a real pissed off face. I'm going to rewind that just a sec because I want to see his expression because I wasn't looking. It didn't change. He's still holding his mouth. Oh my gosh, that's funny. I'd love to be a fly on the wall with his wife tonight.
I haven't had time because Debbie always has a pissed off face, you know? Where are you going? Why do you have a day off? You know what I'm saying? So listen, I'm going to fix a bike and I'll be back.
Yeah, without Leroy coming to get unintelligible.
Huh?
That's the only way, you know what I'm saying? The back way too, but with his car too.
I know, but if there are no cars, unintelligible, It's like I told you. I have to do it because she trusts me. She thinks she's going to make money. I'm going to have the money so she can see it and not think anything of it. I'll leave the money here inside so no one takes it. You know what I'm saying? Really easy. Like that. Walk with me over there and then leave the shit real quick. I'll, unintelligible, get in the vehicle and leave. I can do it alone. I don't care. But 2 set of eyes are better. If you keep eyes on things from me, I go in calmly. I take my time like nothing. I remove the ass from the trunk. I remove the unintelligible from the front and unintelligible in case they see me. You never know, unintelligible.
Unintelligible.
Get the keys. No one will see anything. No one will see anything there.
Yeah.
If that shit wasn't fenced in, I would have done it right there. It's far over here. It's better because over there, nah, you got to. I already have. I'm making it look like she unintelligible with someone somewhere else. I'm not stupid. I know what I'm doing. So what I need is for someone to drive me so I won't feel panic. I don't. I got too much shit going on. So unintelligible. You're not unintelligible. Hurry up. Get back. Unintelligible.
Ms. Campos, do you see session number 13 of 39?
Yes.
And on what date does that fall?
August 23rd, 2018.
Do you see this new street? There's nothing here. There are no cameras. You see? Look, there's nothing here. Here, there's nothing here. Look at this. All this over here is all clean. There are no cameras here anywhere. Okay? Nowhere. Look, nowhere. Right here. Unintelligible, and it gets done quickly. I think unintelligible.
Ms. Campos, do you see session 14 of 39?
Yes.
And on what date does that fall?
August 23rd, 2018. Unintelligible.
Nah, I already found a spot.
Where?
I'll tell you right now. Unintelligible. Here, and how we dump trash. Unintelligible. There's not going to be anything here. To put her there inside, that's it. The shit is over.
Unintelligible.
That's it. I'm done. Right?
You have to unintelligible with unintelligible.
If I don't see her unintelligible down here, unintelligible around there, but you need to know.
That's far.
Huh?
Unintelligible.
That what?
Only cows live in there.
Good. Right? That's it. It's over. But there's a lot of tires here. Look, a lot of tires.
Unintelligible. There's nothing unintelligible.
Do you think it can be done easily with 2 people?
Unintelligible.
And Ms. Campos, do you see session 15 of 39?
Yes.
And on what date does that fall?
August 23rd, 2018.
And do you see session 16 of 39?
Yes.
And on what date does that fall?
August 23rd, 2018.
Okay.
That's it?
This shit is over. This spot is good, right?
Unintelligible. Go in there.
Huh?
The unintelligible go in there.
They go in there?
Unintelligible. The trash. Unintelligible.
There, where you were standing?
Unintelligible.
I saw that entrance. I'm not going to go through there anymore. You don't want anyone to find her. Unintelligible. But that's a good spot, right? So what I'll do, I'll turn this way.
Unintelligible left.
I don't know what's down there. In cup, there, it will look like someone did it. Left it there and took off. Unintelligible or got lost.
Unintelligible.
Fuck. In there. No. But where you went because you can walk.
Oh, yeah.
It's easy. You don't have to work too hard. I'll bring her. I already have it planned. When unintelligible her, you come with me and I'll make her drive. Unintelligible. I'll drop you off right here so she won't have time to use the telephone.
That's unintelligible.
I'm going to bring the tools like I'm going to fix something. Unintelligible. Here. You see what I'm saying? I got then unintelligible to talk to her to unintelligible the story.
That's it. That's it. Unintelligible.
There. No one will hear her if she screams. Nothing. No one will hear her. The thing is, she is not going to scream. What do you think? Is it better to go in through one side and leave through there, or not to in there first? Right? Leave through there.
You can walk with her.
And Ms. Campos, do you see session 17 of 39?
Yes.
And on what date does that fall?
August 23rd, 2018.
No, but that's it. That shit is over. Now I have the location, but I'm not stressing. Unintelligible. We put her in there and that's it. Or we hit her and drag her. Unintelligible, and she won't be able to move.
We'll go in there.
Huh?
Be like, yo, we're going to unintelligible.
No, the money. unintelligible, the money.
And you see session 18 of 39?
Yes,
What date does that fall?
August 23rd, 2018. There might be a unintelligible.
Huh?
Unintelligible.
Unintelligible. Or the other one?
Unintelligible in there.
Unintelligible.
Yep.
It's far from the house. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know why she doesn't tell her mom it's Brad's.
No, she already told her mom that it's Brad's. That's why she doesn't get anyone in trouble.
Why does she keep nagging then?
It's not that. He is not pestering me because sooner or later, I don't want any problems.
Oh,
She is not threatening me, but she has a lot of issues with everyone, and I'm one of them. I don't need that.
Ms. Campo, you see session 19 of 39?
yes,
And what date does that fall?
August 23rd, 2018.
The only one who can talk is her, and if she isn't alive, she won't say anything. I was killing myself, looking and looking for unintelligible, and I forgot that mine is not registered. I bought it unintelligible like that. That's what you need to find. The first chance you get to see someone selling something, let me know. We need that.
And you see session 20 of 39?
Yes,
And
So that was him looking for that ghost gun that he wanted with nothing on it.
what date does that fall?
August 23rd, 2018.
Yes, because what I'm going to do is leave the house in flip-flops, unintelligible, and shorts. I already have everything stored away. I did it this morning. Did you think I was unintelligible?
I know.
What I have at home is the shotgun, which I had to take out from under the bed. My wife doesn't even notice that. She doesn't pay attention to that, unintelligible, and she doesn't even notice. And what's good about here is that we can always see. You know what I'm saying? Pretend to find out, so we're good.
The one I'm going to feel sorry for is her son.
Her mother takes care of him. That child is never with her. I don't know who the dad is. She's unintelligible. You aren't. You don't listen to me when I talk to you about her. What you don't know is that she disappears for 1, 2, and even 3 days. She just takes off recklessly, do her own thing. Is that good? She's gotten in trouble with me, with the police. She has a record. She's not the kind of person they'll be searching for like that. Nah, it could be after a week or two, or maybe even a month. But if they don't find anything within,
Oh my goodness. Exactly, Cindy. I'm saying it. He murdered his own son, so his wife didn't find out he cheated. I mean, this is ridiculous. And he's casually sitting there in his smug little self. This is sickening.
her mother takes care of him. That child is never with her. I don't know who the dad is. She's unintelligible. You aren't. You don't listen to me when I talk to you about her. What you don't know is that she disappears for 1, 2, and even 3 days. She just takes off recklessly to do her own thing. Is that good? She's gotten in trouble with the police. She has a record. She's not the kind of person they'll be searching for like that. Nat, it could be after a week or two, or maybe even a month. But if they don't find anything within the first 48 hours, they can't do anything. She's MIA right now.
Yeah.
You see, not here either, because all of this is new. They're installing everything.
Yeah, I see them over there.
Yeah, so that's nothing. That's for the traffic. No one is going to see anything here.
Yeah.
Do you know what's good? What did you throw away in the trash can? Unintelligible. So if someone looks there, someone did that to her somewhere. Did you see it without us knowing anything? I really want to leave 2 or 3 of those cartridges laying around there, but no, unintelligible. You know what I'm saying?
Ms. Campos, do you see session 21 of 39?
Yes.
And on what date does that fall?
August 23rd, 2018.
Unintelligible. It can be done here too.
Unintelligible.
There are no houses there.
Unintelligible.
Nah, it's better over there where you said. You walk in there, leave here, and leave.
And do you see session 22 of 39?
Okay, comedy break. Here we go. Y'all know me. We always got to put comedy in the chaos. Where did I open it? Here we go. Here we go. That's for you, Andy. That's just for you. Our Timu, Luis Guzman. Okay, back to trial. Oh, that was funny. He did. Once I pulled up, I was like, oh, yeah, he does.
Yes.
On what date does that fall?
August 23rd, 2018.
What do you think? Is it better to enter from this side?
Nah, unintelligible.
No, I can't do it. Unintelligible. It's that way, right? Over there, unintelligible. No one is going to look for her back there. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Unintelligible.
Depending, unintelligible.
Unintelligible through there. Unintelligible through there.
Unintelligible. Do you know why it can't be done there? That's a track for the band. Yes, right?
Yeah.
Unintelligible. There, unintelligible. Don't you see it?
I'm just saying unintelligible.
Unintelligible. Through there. More that way. Over there toward unintelligible. I can do it on next street. I can go in. You know what I'm saying? The one in the middle, unintelligible, dude. This is the street. I take it right here and knock down the street, right? No one will look there. The best thing would be for me to go in there, in through there, and from there. I go in here, through here, because I know the route. Do you know what I mean? That's what unintelligible, because that's what unintelligible ground. Look, unintelligible.
Are you going through there after all?
Nah. When I call, I'll remove everything. I'll take out the unintelligible from the front. Unintelligible because otherwise a license plate unintelligible. So I'll get there and park. Make sure there's no one around. Unintelligible.
Unintelligible.
Unintelligible here. Unintelligible. So unintelligible.
Unintelligible.
Well, yes, unintelligible.
Unintelligible.
The good thing is about that shotgun or whatever shotgun, it's untraceable. You know, unintelligible is untraceable too.
Nah.
No, that is necessary to have someone drive. So when I'm walking with her over in there, unintelligible, inside, unintelligible, and I'll dump her there, leave the bitch right there. I was reading the story of that. They've been dead there for about 2 or 3 years. And when they did that, they did it. Unintelligible. There's no proof of anything. They can't even get fingerprints or anything. Nothing.
How unintelligible did it is smart.
Same word for unintelligible.
And you see session 23 of 39?
Yes.
On what date does that fall?
August 23rd, 2018.
Do you have somewhere to hide that?
What?
That gun. If I give it to you, do you know where to hide it?
I can't hide it at my house.
No?
You can bury it.
It's just that that won't trace anywhere.
Unintelligible. You can bury it.
I will.
You got to bury unintelligible.
I'll have someone else store it.
Unintelligible.
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 Like clean it real good to take off all the fingerprints. All of them. Unintelligible. This bitch, unintelligible. If you got to use it, then you use it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. Unintelligible. No, that's the best place. No need to look any other one. Right there is where unintelligible is. No one is doing anything there. No one. Unintelligible here.
And you see session 24 of 39?
Yes.
Okay. On what date does that fall?
August 25th, 2018.
Unintelligible that. They checked the baby.
You think so?
Unintelligible. But that has nothing to do with that.
Okay, so this was 2 days later. So the 23rd was when she went missing. She was found on the 24th. This is from the 25th, the recording.
Unintelligible. 5th, 2018.
Unintelligible that. They checked the baby.
You think so?
Unintelligible. But that has nothing to do with that.
Unintelligible.
Huh?
They're going to have questions.
That's all right. Unintelligible. Unintelligible. You're going to take my truck to the house.
Unintelligible work. Unintelligible.
I don't have anything. Unintelligible. Unintelligible. But I don't know her.
I'm telling you, bro.
That talked.
Who?
Brad. That fucking unintelligible. I should call unintelligible, right?
Unintelligible.
Yeah, I know. Unintelligible. Fuck that. Eric, don't panic. Just stay calm so we don't have problems. Unintelligible.
Okay.
Damn.
And you see session 25 of 39?
Yes.
And on what date does that fall?
August 25th, 2018. What did they tell them? Females.
They questioned them. They asked if unintelligible.
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 And you see session 26 of 39?
Yes.
And what date does that fall?
August 25th, 2018. Unintelligible.
Huh?
They questioned everybody that day. An Uber, unintelligible, and showed a picture of her, unintelligible.
Unintelligible.
You see section 27 of 39?
Yes.
On what date does that fall?
August 25th, 2018.
Hello? Hello? Hey, Mom. I got to go to the police station because the detective, I guess they want to talk to me about Brandy. And I don't know what the fuck. Yeah, no. Don't unintelligible your house. Yeah. All I'm saying is that if they asked you if I was there leaving the laundry, unintelligible laundry, that I was there washing clothes. Because when I left, I told my wife that I was going unintelligible to wash unintelligible. 8 at 8. Yes, yeah. 8 p.m. Yep, that's it. And they might question unintelligible. I don't know. You don't know. But take out unintelligible. Yeah, that's it. All right, unintelligible. Oh yes, I have unintelligible. I have unintelligible.
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 All right.
Do you have the call I made to you at 8 o'clock? I called you, right? Do you have it on the phone?
And do you see section 28 of 39?
Yes.
On what date does that fall?
August 25th, 2018.
Like 15 came to the house already.
That's crazy. Unintelligible.
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 Unintelligible. Stay calm. Unintelligible. Unintelligible. I plan to do that because unintelligible.
And do you see section 29, 39?
Yes.
On what date does that fall?
August 25th, 2018.
Unintelligible.
Shit, I can't eat. Unintelligible.
Relax. I saw a bunch of cars. Unintelligible.
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 I know, but unintelligible. Go there and be like, what's going on? Unintelligible.
Unintelligible.
So cousin, nephew, cousin. Cannot get that right? Nephew is telling him, go where everybody is and act like there's nothing going on. Go make your presence known. Just like old good criminals do, always return to the scene and.
Unintelligible.
Nah, unintelligible.
What does it have to do with that? Unintelligible.
Just because I leave my house at night doesn't mean that I go unintelligible. I fix motorcycles. Unintelligible.
Unintelligible.
And do you see section 30 of 39?
Yes.
On what date does that fall?
August 27, 2018.
He is, Lois.
I wanted to leave this unintelligible.
Unintelligible.
Huh?
No, you have to put it away. Unintelligible. Have to go.
Because they already did what they had to do. Do you know who they arrested from here today?
Who?
Hold on a minute.
And you see section 31 of 39?
Yes.
On what date does that fall?
August 27, 2018.
I'm not going down that street today. I'm going to take a right.
Unintelligible. We didn't do nothing. You didn't do nothing, so it don't matter.
I got to be worried about unintelligible truck. Unintelligible.
Huh?
I got to worry about unintelligible. She knows so many things, bro.
Unintelligible.
First one,
Unintelligible.
I'm going to work normally, like unintelligible. When I give you, you know already. You're smart.
Unintelligible.
Unintelligible. She was in the water, submerged in the water. No one knows how she was killed, but unintelligible.
One of her friends dances.
Yeah.
Unintelligible.
You see section 32 of 39?
Yes.
On what date does that fall?
August 27th, 2018. Did you call unintelligible?
So, do I call unintelligible? Call from your telephone. What happened? What's the deal? What happened? What? All right. Yeah, okay. No, that's fine. I already told the cops what I had to tell them. They ransacked my truck and everything. All kinds of shit. Don't worry about it. No, because I didn't do nothing. I didn't do anything. Yeah. Tell the truth. Yeah. No, that's fine. Don't worry about it because I already told them everything I had to tell them. So you know what I'm saying? I ain't lie about nothing. I didn't do nothing anyway. So yeah, they already talking. Took me in and asked me all kinds of shit. Yeah, man, that shit. Unaudible. Yeah. Huh? No, we're good. I ain't got nothing to hide. All because they don't want to be involved. No, I don't got no alibi.
Huh?
Now, I don't got no alibi. I'm not going to worry about it. I didn't do anything. I think this little jerk did something. That unintelligible.
And you see section 33 or 39?
Yes.
And on what date does that fall?
August 27, 2018. Hey, they fucked up.
Who?
Unintelligible.
Huh?
Unintelligible.
Why?
I told you unintelligible.
Exactly. And I, unintelligible. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
That's bullshit.
I didn't do nothing.
And you see session 34 of 39.
Yes.
On what date does that fall?
August 27th, 2018. Should I answer?
What you want?
Unintelligible. Call.
Huh?
Your sister is calling me.
My sister called you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Unintelligible.
huh?
I can't take this thing home. Unintelligible.
Yes, you can. You have to do it. They're going to take me and they aren't going to see anything. Hide that one. Go in there a little and hide it really well. They won't. They aren't going to take you.
They can't take you to jail, bro.
Huh?
They can't take you to unintelligible.
To hell with it. Unintelligible did it.
They can't do anything, bro.
Really? I bet you're eating your words
And
now,
do you see
buddy.
session 35 of 39?
Yes.
And on what date does that fall?
August 27, 2018. I told you unintelligible, brother.
Oh, I know that it's everything you are saying has happened, but there's no proof because I didn't do anything.
Oh, man.
And do you see session 36 of 39?
Yes.
On what date does that fall?
August 27, 2018.
They don't have anything.
You see session 37 of 39?
Yes.
On what date does that fall?
August 27, 2018.
Take care of your family, bro. Remember that. I'll be fine.
Unintelligible.
Write to me if anything comes up. You're going to be fine. I know somebody was going to set me up. I knew it, bro. But there's no way. No way, bro. I'm not going to let nobody set me up, bro. There's no way. There's no way.
Do you see 38 of 39?
Yes.
Date? What date?
August 27, 2018.
I'm already calm. Do you hear me?
Huh?
I'm already calm.
And you see the final session 39 of 39?
Yes.
And on what date is that fall?
August 27, 2018. This is a conversation with an unknown male.
Okay, go ahead.
Objection.
Oh, she objected.
Go ahead. Okay.
Huh?
What?
I got to go back to the police station.
Again?
I feel like I'm being set up.
Thank you. Commissioner Burke? Excuse me. Commissioner Burke?
We have continued. In your chairs, don't discuss the case.
And they go on a break.
Why we're not having sex.
Let's see. That was a lot of reading. That was a lot to absorb.
Tell them we're going to continue the trial tomorrow morning. They have the afternoon off, or tell them that the witness is testifying somewhere else.
Former, not the latter.
Okay, we'll just leave it silent then. Okay.
What? Are we choosing
Does
what
that have any
lie?
requests as far as what I tell the
Are we trying to choose a lie to tell the jury? Sir, I need to roll that back because I need to know what that you just said.
anything to address before we bring in the jury?
Yeah, this morning, I think the state requested an order to show cause for witness Tamara Marquez. She is present, she's here. An order was never signed, so
Okay.
we're not seeking anything further. We anticipate wrapping up with this testimony and then calling her for the lunch break. And I think we don't have any other witnesses for this afternoon.
Regarding that, did you either side have any requests as far as what I tell the jury as far as why we're not having session this afternoon?
After the surveillance video, we don't have any other witnesses.
And that's going to be
And
quick.
because our last witness is testifying in Broward County right now.
Right.
Right, okay.
Do you want me to just stay silent and just tell them we're going to continue the trial tomorrow morning? They have the afternoon off, or tell them that the witness is testifying somewhere else?
Former, not the latter.
Okay. We'll just leave it silent then. Okay.
Wow.
How about this though, to make them feel better?
Continuing to work on the case.
Well,
We're preparing the law and legal instructions, or
when do you anticipate that the evidence will be closed, if I say it generically that way, on
Tomorrow.
Thursday, tomorrow?
The same word as tomorrow.
We anticipate the evidence will be closed tomorrow, do you think? Is that fair? And that we
Yes.
would do arguments as either tomorrow afternoon or on Friday?
Yes.
Okay, they'll feel better about that, just have an idea. So they're not nervous about why are we off this afternoon? Hopefully,
No, and they'll know the end is in
we're on
sight.
schedule. Exactly. We're on schedule. Okay.
Final issue. There is since, if I understand the defense correctly, they're not objecting to the accuracy of the recording, which means that calls into question jury instruction 2.11. So it's written in the future tense you're about to listen to. So I guess my request would be, once you could read that to them and just say you just listened to a transcript, maybe put it in the past tense, but I do request the reading of that instruction.
What's the defense position on that?
I don't understand the state's position. They're saying I don't object to the accuracy of the recording. I do. I thought I've made it explicitly clear. I object. I have objected. We objected yesterday. I object today regarding the authenticity of the audio and that the words are appropriately recorded. I have said that. So to be clear, I only agree to the provenance of where the audio came from. I'm not saying it's made up or, you guys created it out of whole cloth. What I'm saying is I don't agree that's an accurate recording. I do not believe, again, that has been sufficiently authenticated for the record, as I've laid out in my objections repeatedly in the judge's
What instruction?
There's two different instructions.
Which one are you requesting?
If she's disputing accuracy, then the appropriate instruction is 2.11. Accuracy.
But it's the accuracy of the translation.
which I dispute.
So then there would be.
Okay, but this instruction that you're referring to deals with, we have this speaking in the court. This Valdivieso court certified neutral interpreter to translate, and the procedure there, which is separate from this case, is that pursuant to our rules of procedure, they are to simply go on what Ms. Valdivieso says and nothing else. This is a different circumstance. This is the state calling its witness in a contested case and asking the jury to put credibility in that witness. And I've said previously, I think it would be reversible error for me to tell the jury anything about except what's being testified to here. I think that's reversible per se error in this scenario, because the jury could disregard the testimony of this witness, period. I have to assume that they could do that. I think they're going to do that, but that's not my prerogative. One of the classic rules of trials, the judge may play no part in assisting the jury in making its determination. So the instruction that is referred to by the state, jury to be guided by official English translation, would be me doing that exactly. Telling them, accept the English translation, disregard any different meaning. I would be telling them, this is how you should decide the case. You should accept the testimony of this person and believe it. And that's, I think, reversible error. And I'm not going to give that instruction. I realize there's a tension in the law that has yet to be ferreted out. And Ms. Valdivieso probably would be interested in this. It's questionable. We don't have, this is not our case. We just have someone who's speaking Spanish with no interpreter. No issue as we have in this case. Give this instruction, then there's an issue there as far as if the juror speaks Spanish and they differ with something the interpreter said, where does the law resolve that? Right now, it resolves it to say, rely on the court certified interpreter, who, by the, as I mentioned, is neutral, works for the court. So to me, it's apples and oranges. I'm not going to give that instruction.
And the only reason we requested it is just because it says this instruction is appropriate immediately prior to the jury hearing a tape recorded conversation in a foreign language if the accuracy of the translation is an issue. We are about to play a recording of them speaking in Spanish, and this instruction says, but this refers to the transcript, which we didn't use, but it says whether or not it's an accurate translation is for you to decide. And considering whether it accurately describes the meaning of the conversation, you should consider the testimony presented to you regarding how and by whom the transcript was made, or the translation, we would argue. You may consider the knowledge, training, and experience of the translator. And that, just for the record, that's why we're asking it, because we are about to play some Spanish recordings that she translated.
All right, regardless of all of that, I just don't think it's appropriate. And the defense doesn't want me to give any kind of instruction. Just want, you could play the evidence. Now, what I do think we may want to get to with the jury, because we've not explained this to them. The item that you're going to be playing is 170.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 170 and 169, I think it was the other one.
Yes, sir.
That for me to explain to them, as I've explained to them before, sometimes we have an item that's in evidence that's been edited, and therefore it can go back into the jury room with the jury. In this case, the item should be edited, but it has not been edited, cannot be edited. Therefore, the jury can consider it, can be played to them by the lawyers during the trial, during deliberations. It would be available to them to listen to by a request, and it would be brought into the courtroom, which is a standard procedure outlined in the rules. And we could play portions to them that And this would be up to the attorneys as far as how to isolate in deliberations what it is that they want to listen to, the thing in its totality or parts of it, and that could be problematic. But I think it might be worthwhile for me at least to tell them that this item is in evidence and it will be available to them during deliberations, but not in the same way as if it were completely edited and going back with them, because they're going to be curious about that. I'm also anticipating that they would say, we want to get a copy of the transcript. And I've explained to them, I think already, it's not in evidence. And they would have the option too, and I would advise them, if this were to happen during deliberations, they have the ability to come back and listen to the entire testimony of the witness. And I took notes, it's 45 minutes approximately of her entire testimony. We play the whole entire 45 minutes of that testimony. But with regard to my concern, do you both agree I should tell them when you seek to publish portions of 170, the issue about it's in evidence, but it has not been edited. There are portions that are irrelevant, just like if it, like an edited thing. So therefore,
we'll defer to how it went. At some point, we need to tell them, whether it be now or before after we finish.
True, that's true.
We would normally tell them at that point, hey, all of this evidence is coming back except for these items. If you want to hear these, because we have to tell them that later.
But it's the defense thing. I'm open to either way. I mean, I'm leaning more to telling them now, just so they're in advance notice of that issue. What do you think?
I just think that it's kind of out of place, Judge, and that I would ask it to be with all the other instructions.
Maybe I'll just leave it alone, because there is the possibility they don't make the request at all.
Right.
And during your closing, you could play whatever you want too.
Right.
All right, so I'll just leave it alone. All right. All right. So with that, we're ready to proceed with the cross-examination of the witness, if there is any, and you're concluding with this witness. Or are you having this witness, you're doing that? Did you have another witness in addition to this, didn't you, or no?
We do.
Okay.
We would ask to call her before the lunch break.
Okay.
She'll be very
Yeah, because we're going to break for the day anyway. So we'll go a little bit after. We can go to 12:30 if need be.
She'll be very, very quick.
Okay. Let's bring in the jury.
Okay, bring it in, jury. When they come in, I'm going to jump up with my phone and go get me a refill of my coffee because I'm out.
Of Ms. Campos.
Ms. Campos, I believe before the break, you said that you had spent and worked on this on State's Exhibit 170 for approximately 55 hours. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Is State's Exhibit 170, can you describe for the jury the audibility of this? In other words, are portions of it very difficult to listen to and understand, and portions of easy, somewhere in the middle? Tell the jury about that.
This was one of the more difficult audios I've had to translate in my 15 years. However, given that there was one person more clear than the other, those are the parts that I was able to translate.
Okay.
But there are many difficult parts in there, given background noise, foreground noise. From my understanding, the recording was from a garbage truck, the outside noise. So there was a lot of elements to the audio.
Were there certain portions of this of the videos and audios that you had to go back and re-listen to multiple times before you were able to arrive at your conclusion?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell the jury about that?
I would say that goes for the whole audio. I had to make sure that I went back, that I slowed it down, that I listened and re-listened to make sure that what I was going to put down was going to be my rendition of the translation, and that I felt it was accurate.
Okay. I am going to play a certain portion that I believe you said is a little more audible than others. Is that right?
Yes, it should be.
Can you please turn to audio session 3 of 9?
Okay.
And we'll begin with "Do You" down halfway down the pitch. Are you ready? Okay.
Yes.
Now I want you to tell me when you want me to stop so you can translate this portion to the jury. Okay.
Okay. How far do you want me to go?
You tell me. Whenever you want me to stop and stop so that you can translate, then that's when I'll stop.
Okay.
Okay.
Nadie sabe. Todo el mundo está hablando ahí, aquí no hablan, chico, va a ir, va a ir, chico, eso es uno de todo. Voy a estar chingando de la peña de ¿cómo le da una cosa así o más? Yo tengo sitio. Yo tengo la verdad. Yo la tengo ya preparada. Le dije que hay una gente que quiere pagarle todo, que ya va. Yo tú vas conmigo porque yo no lo conozco. Le dije, ya, yo me voy, si me tiran par de pesos. Yo sé. Buscar un sitio y dejarla ahí, yo no lo sé.
It starts with, do you want me to tell you what's going on, or do you prefer not to know? Then it's an unintelligible. Know what? You're the only one that's unintelligible, and you don't lie. They should know who unintelligible, bro. Unintelligible. And I'm the only one. She's pregnant from that little asshole that works there. She says it's mine, supposedly. I can't take chances. I lose everything. No, I'm telling you the truth. If something happens to me, you already know. I'm going to blow her brains out so she doesn't talk. I have to do it, Eric. I have no other choice. I'm going to lose everything. What I need is someone to drive me. That's it. Then there's like a brief pause in between there. You'll hear it again. The audio starts again, and then it's inaudible, unintelligible.
Sorry about that. I got my coffee refill though. Long sidebar. Oh, my phone's talking to y'all. Long sidebar. Goodness.
And, let me go back. I'm sorry. And based on that clip, and to refresh, we're on session 3 of 39.
Yes.
Okay. And at the bottom, where it says OV. So my question is this: the person who spoke that, were they the less audible voice or the more audible voice?
In that portion that begins with the OV, it was spoken by the person that could be heard clearer.
Oh, okay. So it's more clear, meaning more audible.
Yes, more audible, yes.
Okay, okay. So can you go ahead, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that was the portion where you left off around that portion?
Around that portion, yes.
Okay, can you go ahead and translate that?
Yes.
Do you want to clarify?
Oh, yeah, and are you, when you're doing this, okay, and we see that you're referring to your transcript as well, okay? You also heard the audio in live time.
Yes.
So my question is, are you, when you translate it to the jury that you just did, are you using the transcript to refresh your recollection, or are you translating that in real time based on everything you just heard, or both?
I'm basing it off the translation. That's what I translated, because without my equipment, I'm not able to hear everything. I would probably need to stop certain portions, probably slow them down, go back. But I know that that's the portion because I can hear some of the parts.
So you based on what you just heard in court, you're able to translate that portion to the jury.
That was my recollection. But I know that when he started saying, you want me to tell you what's going on, or do you prefer not to know? I know it's that section.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Please feel free to refresh your recollection and then clarify with the jury.
I'm not the only one. She's pregnant from that little asshole that works there. She says it's mine, supposedly. I can't take chances. I'll lose everything. No, I'm telling you the truth. If something happens to me, you already know. I'm going to blow her brains out so she doesn't talk. I have to do it, Eric. I have no other choice. I'm going to lose everything. What I need is someone to drive me. That's it.
Wow, that's the first time they put on white noise.
Unintelligible, but nobody knows. Everyone is talking. Oh yeah, she fucked unintelligible. She fucked Eric. She fucked this one. She fucked. These are rumors. That's the point. She was nagging that she was pregnant by him. She says it's not his. If my wife found out something like that, oh my God, bro, I lose everything, bro. Unintelligible. I have a spot. I already have her. I'm telling you the truth. I've already prepared for her well. I told her that there are some people that want to pay her because she unintelligible. And she asked me, will you go with me? Because I don't know them. And I told her, yeah, I'll go. Throw me a couple of bucks my way. You know what I'm saying? I have to find a spot and dump her there. You know what I'm saying? How did you do it? All right.
Okay, we'll stop right there. I'm going to play you one more clip. And I believe it was another one that was more audible. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, they're taking too
We're going to
long.
remain on session 3 of 39.
Okay.
And again, for the jury, what is the date of this conversation?
August 21st, 2018.
Okay, I want to direct your attention
21st.
to
Page 7. About
So this
halfway
was
down,
3 days
the sentence
before
that begins
the
with
2
look.
days before
Okay.
she
We'll
came
go
up
ahead and
missing.
play that.
2 days before she
And
came
you
up
tell me when to stop, okay?
Sí, una cosa así, a la bolsa de la basura. Primero no me había dicho eso cuando se fue. Nadie sabe que iba ahí. Yo la hago calladito, nadie va a mentir.
Look, leave her in something like that. Leave her. No one will find her. Like what those cocksuckers did with unintelligible body. No one knows who was in there. Then there was that brief pause. If I do it quietly, nobody is going to unintelligible.
Okay, let me stop you there. That particular phrase, that particular piece of speech,
Was that spoken by the person that was less audible or the person that was more audible?
More audible.
Okay, then let's continue just to that next paragraph.
You didn't play the next one. Do you want to play the next one?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and start right now. Okay.
La hago calladito. Ustedes saben, ¿no? Por eso el secretario me enviaba por la hoja que iba a tener puesta. Ahí nadie lo hace aquí. Nadie me dijo nunca. Van a mi casa y que no lo encuentro. Yo sé. Poco a poco. Y pido toda la copa, la quemo. La hago con
Okay, go ahead.
I'll do it quietly. No one knows anything. That's why I was telling you that unintelligible, because the things I'm going to be wearing Nobody here knows you or me. Nobody has to go to my house. If they go to my house, unintelligible. I'm just saying, little by little, I'll throw away all the clothes, or I burn them, or wash them with Clorox. That's where it stopped.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, and again, the person who spoke those sentences,
Was that the person who was less audible or the person who was more audible?
More audible.
Okay, thank you. All right, Ms. Campos, thank you very much. I appreciate your participation in this. Defense counsel may have to.
Thank you, Judge. Ma'am, so to be clear, this is your second time testifying in court?
Yes.
Okay. And I think what I heard you tell the state is that you were missing a lot from who you were saying, I guess, are classifying as the further away person. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're missing a whole other half of the conversation in large parts, right?
Well, we're missing parts of both.
Oh, of both.
Yes.
Okay, so we're missing some of the one that's the most audible.
No. We're missing mostly from the one that's not as audible.
No, I got that part, but you said we're missing some of both.
Well, you'll see in the translation where there's portions of UI.
Right, so even the one that's the most audible, we're still missing portions of those conversations from the most audible person, correct?
Not as much.
I understand that.
But still some.
Still missing
Yes.
some. Yes, the answer is yes. Okay. And we're missing a lot from the person who is the second speaker, the person who's not the lesser audible person.
Yes.
Okay. Do you think that it might affect the conversation and our understanding of the conversation if we're missing large parts of the second speaker and at least some of the first speaker?
No, because what the speaker said was what the speaker said, and what was heard, it was translated.
Okay, what the speaker said was what the speaker said. That's what you just said?
Well, yes, whoever I could hear the most, that was what was translated.
Okay. Did you, there's a draft of the translation. Did you author that draft?
I don't have the draft.
Permission to approach the witness?
Okay.
Did you author that draft?
No.
Okay. Have you reviewed that draft?
Yes.
Okay. So you're aware that this was authored by a different person?
Yes.
A different translator?
Yes.
Okay. So you reviewed this draft and then you made your own translation, or you made your own translation and then you reviewed this draft?
No, as a final translation, which is this one, the one you have.
Right.
That is final and certified, what the FBI calls certified for the court to be used for legal purposes.
Understood. My question is, if you've reviewed the draft, which you told me that you have, that was prepared by another person who translated the same audio that you translated, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you explain the massive discrepancies in translations from that translator's draft to your draft?
You would have to ask the first translator. That was just a foundation for me. I was going to own this final version, and that's what I did. I reviewed the foundation draft that you have, and I used all of my equipment, all of my skills, my hearing ability, and I owned this last translation to certify for court.
Right. I understand that you have to come and testify to what you translated, but you also reviewed the translation of another translator, and it was significantly different to the extent that just starting out at the transcript, you wrote, "I'm going to help you so that blank, unintelligible, over there, I have to do something. When I finish with what I'm doing, I'm going to give you something, and you have to put it away and throw it away with time." Whereas the draft says, "I am not going to turn here because there's nothing over there. We have to do something."
Objection, improper impeachment.
I'll sustain the objection. You're allowed to go into this, but I think you need to take it in steps to establish the particular facts that you're going to ask her about.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Break it up. So
Yes,
it's kind
sir.
of compound.
Okay. You understand that you testified today, and we just went over your transcript. That in your transcript, do you agree? In your testimony today was that the first sentence is, "I'm going to help you so that unintelligible over there. I have to do something. When I finish with what I'm doing, I'm going to give you something, and you have to put it away and throw it away with time." Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever at a time review any translation that was different than that?
I did not review it. I used it as a foundation to guide me to get to my final translation.
Okay, let me change the word for you. Did you ever read another draft, another translation prior to making your translation?
No, I didn't read it. I listened to the audio, and since this was going to be my version, I translated what I heard.
Okay. When I asked you maybe like 5 minutes ago, if you read this draft and I showed it to you and you took out your glasses and you put them on and you looked at it and you read it, you said, "Yes, I've seen that." And
I've seen it. Yes.
Okay. Seen it. Have you read it?
No.
So you saw this draft from another translator and you never read it.
I read it to guide me to get to this one.
Okay, so you did read it.
Not all of it.
Okay, which parts did you read? Let's go over the parts you read.
I don't remember. That was so long ago that I did this translation.
Okay, well, let's talk about the first line. Did you read the first line on the first page?
I guess I did. I don't remember. I mean, that was so long ago. I can't tell you. I do so many translations on a daily basis.
Understood. And do you recall that translation on the first line said, I am not going to turn here because there is nothing over there. We have to do something. When I finish with what I'm doing, I am going to give you something and you have to keep it safe or throw it away.
I did not hear that first portion. I heard what you see here on this translation. That's what I heard.
Okay, my point is though, ma'am, throughout your transcript, your translation, and this other person's translation, I assume this other person worked for the FBI, right?
Yes, they do.
Okay, and they have similar, if not the same equipment as you? But you heard entirely different things. Is that accurate?
That's accurate. This is what I heard.
Okay, this is what you heard.
Yes.
But it's different than what the other person translated.
Yes.
And again, this was one of, if not the most difficult translation that you've done because of what we just heard. It's mostly road noise.
Yes.
And that's the best that the FBI could do to make it so that you could translate, right?
Yes.
That's it in its best format for you, correct?
Yes.
Okay. No further questions.
Any further questions from the state?
Yes. Ma'am, you said that there was a first FBI translator, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Can you go ahead and explain to the jury
what the peer review process is for the Federal Bureau of Investigation? And,
Yes.
And more important, why it's in place?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
When a translation gets to the language specialist, someone like me, the first language specialist or linguist, as we're called, does their first draft. That's why it's called a draft, and it's labeled as a draft. This is their rendition of what they heard. The process for the FBI, it goes through an operational review, meaning it goes to another linguist who uses that translation as a guide, just as a foundation, to help guide them to get to their final translation, which that linguist will own. And that is usually for court purposes. And that's what the FBI calls a certified translation for legal use for court.
Okay. Is this peer review process, is this something that is designed to ensure the accuracy of the translation?
Correct.
Okay. Okay. And is that the whole reason that it's in place?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
That's all the questions I have. Thank you.
Any further questions from the defense?
Just briefly, Judge.
Sure.
So to be clear, you didn't review this because you were the reviewer of the draft, right? You read it.
Well, when I started seeing things that I didn't agree with that I couldn't hear, I just went on and did my own.
Okay, but again, when I just talked to you, you said you didn't read it all.
Because I didn't read it, I hear the things, then I write, then I type.
No, I understand for your translation, you have to listen to it and type it out. I get that part. I'm saying this part from the first FBI agent, you just said you review it. The linguist, you review it.
Right.
So I assume because it's in a written form, that means when we say review, you mean you read it.
Well, I reviewed it, like glanced over it and scanned it, but I didn't read it. I didn't read the whole thing. It was too long.
Okay, I don't have any further questions.
Any further questions from the state? May this witness be released from her subpoena?
Exactly. Very.
All right, thank you. You may step down. You do remain under subpoena for the trial. Thank you. And the state's, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go just a little bit longer. So bear with us. Don't get too worried about lunch. We'll discuss that in a second. State may call its next witness.
So-called Tamara Marquez. And this witness will require a translator.
What? What did he say? This witness required a translator. Holy bejesus, did he really say that? And my screen is twerking and I'm having like this pulsing thing going on my screen. So if my glasses look like they're moving, they feel like they're moving to me.
Go ahead and swear the court certified interpreter. Ladies and gentlemen, she's a court certified interpreter. She works for me. She doesn't work for either of the parties. She will assist in translating the testimony of a witness that doesn't speak fluent English. And I went into Spanish. Thank you.
Please swear or affirm
Jura o afirma
that evidence you're about to give
que el testimonio que va a
will be
dar
the truth,
será la verdad,
the whole truth,
toda la verdad
and nothing but the
y
truth.
nada más que la verdad. I affirm.
As I've mentioned to you, she does not work for either side. She works for,
Yeah, but I need to know this lady's name.
with regard to this particular translator and witness,
Oh,
as I've mentioned
Lord.
to you, she does not work for either side. She
Dang.
works for the court.
Awesome.
She's
I'm
completely
so happy
neutral.
y'all
She's here
won.
to assist
Good
us in
job,
communication
Steve. Tell
with the
them good
witness.
job.
She will only repeat what
Sheila's
is said and will
clapping
not
for 'em.
add to, omit, or summarize anything. And I have administered the oath to her, and the witness will testify through the interpreter. Although some of you may know Spanish, with regard to this witness, it's important that all jurors consider the same evidence. Therefore, you must accept the English translation of the witness's testimony through the court certified interpreter and disregard any other different meaning. And you may proceed with the witness. We'll have her sworn through the clerk. Was she sworn through the clerk already? The witness? Okay, and you may inquire of the witness.
Good afternoon. If you could state your full name and spell your last name for the record.
Buenas tardes, si puede darnos su nombre completo y deletrear su apellido para nosotros.
Tamara Carreño Márquez.
Tamara Carreño Márquez.
And if you want to spell your last name.
¿Puede deletrear su apellido?
C-A-R-R-E-N-O.
C-A-R-R-E-N-O.
And where do you currently reside?
¿Dónde vive usted ahora, señora?
2617 Southwest Cactus Circle, Port St. Lucie, Florida.
2617 Southwest Cactus Circle, Port St. Lucie, Florida.
And how long have you lived at that residence?
¿Cuánto tiempo lleva viviendo en ese lugar?
Más de 14 años.
Longer than 14 years.
Okay. So did you reside at 26 at that same address on Cactus Circle in 2018?
Entonces, ¿usted vivió en esa dirección en Cactus Circle en el 2018?
Sí.
Yes.
And
Okay, that is them doing the sound, and I think they're trying to turn it down while she's speaking Spanish and then turn it back up when they're speaking English. That is screwing with my ears. So
in August of 2018, did your house have surveillance cameras?
Y en agosto del 2018 su casa tenía una cámara que grababa.
Varias cámaras, sí.
Several, yes.
Okay. And at that time, were your surveillance cameras functioning?
Y en ese momento esas cámaras estaban funcionando.
Sí.
Yes.
And were they capable of making recordings of what occurred at your property?
Y eran capaces de hacer grabaciones de lo que estaba pasando en su propiedad.
Sí.
Yes.
Prior to today's date, I'll show you the mark for identification is States Exhibit 166.
Previo a esto, lo quiero mostrar lo que ha sido marcado como prueba ser admitida de la Fiscalía, número 167.
Before you took the stand today, did you have the chance to look at surveillance video from your house from back in August 23rd, 2018?
Antes de que usted viniera aquí a dar testimonio, usted tuvo la oportunidad de revisar el video que se hizo el 23 de agosto del 2018.
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. And the video that you watched with me, is that a video from your house back in 2018?
Y el video que usted vio allá afuera conmigo es el video que fue de su casa en el 2018.
Sí.
Yes.
And the depiction of your property in that video, is that what your property looked like back in 2018?
La descripción que se ve en el video de su casa es como su casa lucía en el 2018.
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. And did you alter that video in any way yourself?
¿Usted manipuló o alteró ese video de alguna manera?
No.
No.
Do you recognize what I showed you as States Exhibit 166, this flash drive?
¿Usted reconoce lo que he marcado como número 166, ese flash drive aquí?
Sí.
Yes.
How is it that you recognize that?
¿Cómo es que usted lo reconoce?
¿El video?
¿El video?
Is this the video that I'm referencing from your house back in August of 2018?
Este es el video que yo me estoy refiriendo de su casa en el agosto del 2018.
¿El que veía afuera?
The one that I saw outside?
Yes.
Sí.
Porque es mi casa.
That's my house.
And are these your initials on that flash drive?
¿Y estos son sus iniciales aquí en el flash drive?
Sí.
Yes.
This time, state movement evidence with the mark identification is 166. The evidence is 166.
No objection.
That item will come into evidence without objection.
y'all, I'm going to pause here to say, look at Mr. Napper back here in the back. We have a snoozy poon on the scene. His head's been down for a little while. I just wanted to point it out. Oh, there he goes. He popped it up just as I said something.
Now, is this the surveillance video of your front yard?
Este es el video gigante de su jardín de enfrente.
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. And where this doormat is that where your front door would be?
Este escudo acá es donde indica que está la puerta de entrada.
Entra, sí.
Yes, entrance.
Okay, and is this your driveway where we see, I guess, looks like possibly a trash can at the end?
Esa es la entrada cuando entran los carros a su casa, lo que parece que está marcado con un tacho de basura.
Sí.
Yes.
All right, we're going to play the video.
Voy a poner el video.
If we are looking at this screen and you're standing at your front door facing the street, do you have a neighbor directly to your left?
Estamos parados aquí mirando este vehículo aquí. ¿Usted tiene un vecino directamente a su lado izquierdo?
En ese tiempo, sí.
At that time, yes.
Okay. And did the neighbor to your left drive a truck?
Y el vecino de su izquierda manejaba una camioneta, un truck.
Sí.
Yes.
We are stopped on State's Exhibit 166 at the 9-second mark for the record. The screen reads 8/23/2018, 8:11 and 48 seconds p.m. The truck that is where it's paused in this video in your surveillance, do you recognize that truck?
La camioneta que usted ve que está parada en este video de su vigilancia, ¿usted lo reconoce?
Objection, Judge, may we
Sí.
approach?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, they want to approach. I was pulling myself off the screen because
18, did that?
I wanted to be sure we saw everything.
So you testified that back when your neighbor at the time in 2018, did that individual drive a truck?
Entonces usted dijo de que el vecino de su izquierda en ese tiempo, en el 2018, él manejaba una camioneta.
Sí.
Yes.
And was it a man or a woman?
¿Era un hombre o mujer?
Hombre.
Man.
And where would he typically park his truck?
¿Dónde él comúnmente estacionaba su camioneta?
Me recuerdo debajo de una mata que estaba en el frente de su casa, enfrente no, allá al costado, una sombra.
I remember it was underneath of some a tree, not in front, on the side of it, under the shade.
Okay. Did he park in his driveway or did he park similar to how this car left of the street?
¿Él estacionaba en lo que es la entrada de la casa como eso, o es que estacionaba así en la calle como está ese carro?
Detrás del carro de mi esposo, vendría quedando en la yarda, detrás del carro de mi esposo.
Behind my husband's car, it would be like on the yard, behind my husband's car.
And just so I understand, is your husband's car the car that's the furthest to the left?
Entonces, para que me quede claro, el carro que está aquí estacionado es el carro de su esposo.
Sí.
Yes.
And when you say behind it, would it be in the swale but off screen?
Entonces, ¿usted se refiere aquí a la hendidura enfrente, pero que no está en la pantalla ahorita?
Sí.
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay, Walmart is almost here, and I have to show ID for my cold medicine.
Where the neighbor would park their truck would be, if we were looking at this normally, would be off screen alongside the road.
Entonces, donde usted dice que generalmente estacionaba su carro su esposo, entonces usted dice de que el vecino estacionaba en lo que aquí no se vería en la pantalla, pero sería en este lado. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. No further questions.
Gracias, no tengo más preguntas, señor.
Any questions from the defense?
Your Honor, no questions.
May Ms. Marquez be released from her subpoena?
Yes.
Any objection to releasing? Thank you, Ms. Marquez. You are released from your subpoena. You're free to stay or leave as you wish. And that concludes the testimony this morning.
It does.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen of the jury, through no fault of the attorneys on either side of the case, we're not able to continue the trial this afternoon. I guess the good part of that is you have the afternoon off. We're going to start again tomorrow morning. To make you feel better about that too, I've conferred with the lawyers. The case is on schedule, and we anticipate the evidence being closed tomorrow with the attorneys making their arguments either tomorrow afternoon or Friday morning, which there again is very much within the time frame that we anticipated. Don't speculate on the reasons for that, and we're probably going to be working on some other matters outside of your presence, as I've mentioned to you yesterday. Remember, very importantly, avoid all media coverage of the case. Don't do any research about the case or the people or issues involved. Don't talk to anyone, including your fellow jurors. Enjoy the rest of your day, and same procedure tomorrow, 8:45 in the morning, 8:45 in the morning. We'll see you then. And please leave your notes on your chairs.
All right, so with that, yeeted myself from the stage, y'all. Can't even push the right buttons today. So with that, that's the end of it. Tomorrow we'll pick back up. I'm going to have to start at 3 tomorrow again because it's just, my house is not in order right now. And for my mental health, 3 o'clock is just better for me right now. So with that, we're going to close out today, and I will see y'all at 3. There's another trial. Her name's Arlene Alvarez. She was murdered here in Houston in 2022 on Valentine's Day. The trial started today. I don't know. I want to do it, but I want to get to it so bad, but we're in the middle of this one. So I don't know what we're going to do. So I don't know. I'm going to see. I'm going to see how Friday go. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do, but she was murdered on Valentine's Day. It was really sad. This guy was robbed at an ATM here in Houston. And after he was robbed for, I think it was $20 or $50, he decided to get out the car and go after and shoot after the vehicle that he thought robbed him, but he shot the wrong vehicle and ended up murdering a little girl. I think she was 10. I don't remember. Look, see, I'm talking and I don't remember. I think she was 10. So with that, I want to put that together, and her name was Arlene Alvarez, but I don't know. We'll see about putting that together. Like I said, the first day of trial was today. It shouldn't last more than a few days, so I might do it over the weekend, something to throw together. I'm just not sure, but it's really an important trial for me. So I do want to do it. So look for that to be coming. Anyways, with that, I'm going to go spend some time with the dogs and feed my mother-in-law. So with that, got to go get my Walmart. Love you guys. Y'all have a great rest of your night. I will see y'all later. And I don't even have my outro video set. I am just all over the place. Here we go. Peace. Rubber out.